Judge, I'm looking for Bryza Salinas.
And Daniel, Brisa's out sick today, so I'm covering.
Okay. Thank you.
Judge, I sent the order to appear to the Brown County Jail. I'm not sure if Mr. Havens is on or not.
Well, I don't. The only person in the waiting room that I'm not sure who it is Pamela Pierce.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Anybody recognize that?
I don't, Your Honor.
Let me admit her and see who. Just okay. I've let somebody in logged in as Pamela Pierce. Can you unmute for me?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Pierce, what are you here for?
I am filling in for Pamela Council, the supervisor.
Okay, what case are you?
Okay, it looks like Sanchez and Johnson.
Hey,
Those are the compliance hearings at 10
right.
and 15.
10 and 10:15. So you're you're about an hour away. Do you want me to just leave you in the waiting room, or you want to log back in closer to that time?
You can just put me back in the waiting room. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Nowak, I don't have anybody else that it could be. So
I'll follow up with the jail after the hearing, Judge.
okay, all right. We're here for a status hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming, and Ms. Goodman's making our record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Michaela Kurtzy is filling in for Bryza Salinas today as my pregnancy specialist and will be testifying for me.
Brooks Barfield, attorney for Ms. Havens. We do not have contact with our client presently at this time, nor do I believe to St. Francis, my last understanding.
Vince Nowak, on behalf of the father, Stephen Havens, and as I noted earlier, Judge, we did send your order for him to appear today. He's not here, but I am, and I'm ready, Judge. Thank you.
Casey Zabala on behalf of Avery.
Okay, I've just had someone named Heidi Elliott log in.
She's the worker on the Meeks case, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Okay, then. What do we have new since the court report was filed?
Good morning, Your Honor. So Avery's doing great in placement, really. She's placed with her paternal grandparents. We have the home study returned back on them. We just have a couple of follow-up tasks we need to do. I'm thinking maybe next week we'll have it sent to the court and approved. She started equine and individual counseling with Dirk Milam. One of the things that we did want to mention is that as previously mentioned in the court hearing, she's getting virtual phone calls with dad supervised by placement. They've been going all right. I think at this point, my worker's been supervising, and we're speaking to Dirk Milam about continuing and how he feels like she's doing with them, and if he feels like it would be appropriate for those to continue whenever he gets transferred over to prison. So I think as far as Avery goes, that's pretty much all of the updates I have for her. Oh, one other thing. She's attending first grade. She's doing well. She's on target with school, but she did miss a lot of school and she's showing some defiance according to her teacher. So that's something that we're monitoring closely and just kind of taking day by day to see if any additional services are going to be needed to help her on an educational basis. We do have an update on mom, Catherine Havens. She was arrested. I have on my record showing February 28th, and she's in Potter County Jail. My worker has been able to go and visit with her. She's signed a copy of her family plan. She's willing to work services and kind of taken ownership for reason of removal and the path that she was going down. So she's willing to work services whenever she gets released. And we have sent a parenting packet to Stephen Havens in Brown County Jail, and we are waiting for him to return it. From the conversation that my worker has had with him over the phone, he does sound like he's willing to participate in services and work with the department.
Right. Mr. Barfield?
Your Honor, I really have nothing to report. We have not been in contact with this client now for a while, so I don't have anything to report. We don't have a good number for her evidently. We used to, so that's where I'm at.
Looking back, she didn't appear for the adversary hearing.
No, ma'am. And she is not responding to any communication from our office whatsoever.
She didn't appear at either setting on the adversary hearing, so. Okay. Okay, Mr. Nowak.
No questions, just happy to hear that the visits with dad and the child are going well. And as always, Michaela, thanks for always taking my phone calls. Judge, that's all I have.
Ms. Zabala.
Your Honor, I have no questions. Avery's doing well with grandparents. I agree with the report. She's struggling a little bit at school, but I'm really excited about the equine therapy. That seems to be a great fit for her, and feel like with grandparents is exactly where she needs to be.
And Judge, if I may ask Michaela real quick a question.
Yeah, sure.
Michaela, does Bryza have in her notes anywhere that she notified Mr. Barfield and then where his client was?
She doesn't have it in her notes on any of the stuff that I have.
Okay. If we find our parents in jail, need to let their attorneys know that they are in jail. Brooke, she's still in Potter County, so you should be able to get her there. And Judge, the family plans were filed on March 10th. Mom did sign hers on March 10th. And those have been filed with court.
Okay, but she is in Potter County Jail now.
She is, I'm looking at the jail roster right now. She is still in Potter County. She has a possession, a criminal trespass, and a burg of a half charge pending.
Okay.
Or excuse me, a possession of burg. The other was refused. The criminal trespass was refused.
So possession.
Possession, controlled substance, and a burg of a half.
Okay. Then I'll find there's a continuing danger to return the child home at this time. I'm going to order the service plans as an order of the court. We'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue the child's current placement. And our next hearing will be on July 22nd of 2025. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket.
Thank you, Aaron.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michaela.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Judge. This is my only case with this court today. Permission to leave the courtroom.
Oh, I really think you should have to hang out with us all day long because it's going to be an all day long.
Judge Graham had me until late in the afternoon on Friday, so I'm going to give y'all both a break this afternoon.
All right. Now you have a great day. Thank you.
Y'all as well. Thank you.
Jody, I can't believe you didn't look at the docket today and say, no, thank you.
I just saw it yesterday.
Sorry.
She was committed at that time.
I know, couldn't go back.
We'll do our best.
Be honest, Jody, I looked at the docket and kind of said, no, thank you.
I think we all thought about calling in sick.
Definitely.
Hey, we're off to a good start. We're 2 minutes ahead of schedule. Take it when you can get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's celebrate that while we can.
Yeah.
And Heidi Ella is who I'm looking for on this one, Your Honor.
Okay. She's out here. I got her. We're here today for a status hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming. Ms. Goodman's making our record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Heidi Elliott is my privacy specialist. We're present ready. Brooks,
Brooks,
you're
you're
muted.
muted.
Okay, sorry. Present for Tessa Helms. I expected her to be here, but if she's not, then she's not. She was sent a link, so I'm ready to proceed.
Okay, I'll watch for him.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Asher.
All right, Miss Elliott, if you want to give us an update since your court report was filed, that'd be great.
Yes, ma'am. Asher is adjusting well where he's at. He's eating and sleeping well. There for a while, they were having a issue with finding the right formula for his stomach. They finally found one that he's able to eat well. He's caught up on his medical appointments and immunizations. He does have 2-hour visits with Mom Tessa every Thursday, and they seem to go really well. As far as visitation with Dad has not been in contact, and he has not had a visit yet with Asher. Mom has initiated her services, and she's working on them right now. And I was informed yesterday she is employed now.
Okay. Does she have stable housing?
She just moved in with some friends, but it's not stable currently.
Okay. Well, hopefully the job will help with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has she signed her service plan?
Yes, ma'am, and it has been filed.
Yes, Your Honor, those were signed on, both mom and dad signed those on 2/26, and they were filed on 3/12.
So Dad did sign his?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right then, Mr. Barfield.
Yeah, just a couple of questions. I received a letter from my client on 2/12/25, which caused some confusion with her, indicating that, and I believe it's in the, indicating that any abuse and neglect, on, Asher had been ruled out. So that really, and I notified Mr. Stroud about, I've never seen that before at this point in the case, for neglect, for Asher ruled out by the department for neglectful supervision. So, obviously I received a call from my client wondering why we're in this position and why this case is going on if the neglectful supervision had been ruled out by the department. So my question is, what's going on?
Excellent question.
And why
When she had shown me that letter, I have never seen anything like that too. So I had let Daniel know, and he had responded for her to get in touch with you.
And Your
Okay.
Honor, and Brooks, as I told you, I'd never seen that one of those letters before either, Your Honor. I'm assuming that letter is based off of the negative drug screens that came back, from the child's birth. This case, was a situation where we had another pending case where mom had not worked any services. So there were the concerns in that we already had a removal with, no cooperation with services at the time when she had this baby. But I'm assuming, like I said, I'm assuming that is from, the investigation on the birth of the child when it came back negative on the test.
And I'm done with questions. So I think Miss Elliott answered my question, but Judge, do you see what that's put me in a horrible position right now?
Yeah, yeah.
A horrible position.
Who gins up those letters? Where do they come out of?
It came out of the department, Your Honor.
Well, yeah, I know the department, but I mean, locally,
Investigations.
is it statewide intake or is it local office or?
I believe the name on it was, a local investigator, Your Honor.
Did anybody talk to that investigator?
I have not.
No, ma'am.
Let's
Did
see.
we have an intake for any, I mean, was the intake based on the neglectful supervision?
The intake was, yes, ma'am, it was based on the issue of, mom has pending charges.
I know all that. I got you on all that. I'm just asking, what was the stated departmental reason at the time of removal of this child? Was it for neglectful supervision? Was it for I mean,
Okay, Vanessa
I often see
Reynoso?
those stated, and let me see
Reynoso?
those stated, and let me just see if I can't put my,
That's what I was just gonna look up, Your Honor, to see exactly what they stated.
Neglectful supervision. It basically said neglectful supervision for Ash ruled out, mailing
yeah,
but-
no, I'm not talking about the letter, Brooks.
oh, I'm sorry, Judge.
That's
I'll shut
okay.
up.
No, I'm trying to go back and see what the stated purpose was. In either the affidavit of removal or the
Our
investigative
system
report.
shows it was neglectful supervision was what they were ruling on.
Yeah, I believe it was, Your Honor, and that letter is from the investigator from the adversary or the initial removal of this case.
Okay, so I guess, Mr. Barfield, the best explanation to your client is that it was that particular allegation was ruled out because the child was negative.
Okay.
Drug screens were negative.
Okay.
However, there were obviously a number of other concerns.
I understand. I just need to, I mean, I was hoping she'd be here. Maybe she's probably at work, but, I had no answer. It's one of those positions, said a lawyer. I'm like, yeah, but I know we had the adversary hearing and everything else. So, okay, I'll explain that. I'll explain that to her. That was just based upon the drug screening alone, not dealing with the other issues is what I'm hearing. And it really wasn't very specific. It looked like one of these form generated letters but I've never had that happen in any case after we've had an adversary hearing and everything like that. And so I got a hold of Daniel. Daniel was kind of like me. He was flummoxed. Is that a word? Anyway, it is.
Works for me.
Okay. Anyway, flummoxing. So, okay. That's what I'll explain to my client. She still thinks I'm a moron, but that'll work.
Just tell her the judge clarified that it had to do with not only those concerns, but it had probably more to do with the fact that we had an open case. She's on probation for, injury to a child. And can only have supervised contact with the sibling. That there were untreated mental health issues, that she had failed to work any of her services in the other case. So all of those are
okay. I mean, and yeah, and I just, I just wanted to be able to provide her some clarification. I know, and also just to make the court aware that, and the department and St. Francis Department, everybody involved is that, hey, be on the lookout for those letters because that could cause some bigger problems than this in certain cases, I would think. So anyway, that's all I have for today. So I'll just go back to muting.
okay.
And
Well, I am flummoxed as well, and I only use that word again just to make Jody have to take it down.
what?
I wouldn't have a clue how you really spell that word, or not that she does something different than spell it, but anyway.
And Judge, on that with that letter, it seemed to be notification that she had been ruled out as the perpetrator of the neglectful supervision, and to be able to petition to get her name removed from that file as far as the perpetrator in that situation. Like I said, I'd never seen one. I kind of assumed maybe Mr. Barfield or somebody had, just from dealing with parents. If they'd ever received them, they just never have turned one over to me. So I had never seen one of those letters. But that is my understanding from the reading of it. But I will be reaching out to find out about those.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's something new they're just starting or if it's something they've always done. I have no idea.
Let's hope not, because
Yeah.
as the lawyer for the parents, it's a mess. Trust me.
No, I understand.
Okay. Well. All right. Let's see. Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, Asher's placed in region, and I agree with the report that was given, and do believe that that's the appropriate placement for him right now.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to find a continuing danger to return the child to either parent at this time. I'm going to order the service plans as an order of the court. I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue the child's current placement. And our initial permanency hearing will be July 22nd of 2025. Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sorry, Mr. Barfield, but
Oh, no, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not looking, I'm not looking for that. I just thought it was something that everybody needed to be aware of. If they're gonna start doing stuff like that, they need to not start doing stuff like that because it could, I mean, this case, we had other deals, but if that's one reason, we're all in a mess. So in any event, that's fine. I'll explain it to my client. I'm not worried about it anymore. We'll deal with it. I think I have a 10:45 hearing, I think. So I'm just going to log off if that's okay and log back in.
Sure.
All right.
absolutely fine.
All right. Everybody have a good day. I'll see y'all
And
later.
hey, Brooks, Jody put how you spell that in the chat, just so you know. Flummoxed.
FLUMMUXED, flummoxed.
There you go.
You want me to use it
Okay.
in a sentence?
You can
Great.
use it whenever you want.
I'm going to try to use that several times today.
I was
Dude.
just thinking that. We need to make that a goal.
The YouTubesphere would enjoy that, I think.
The word of the day.
Word. Hey, I like that. I'll see you later. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay. For our initial permanency hearing, we're conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming. And Ms. Goodman is making our record today. Okay. And I'm a bit flummoxed about pronouncing Elizar.
I think Daniel's got it down.
I don't know. I'm not about to say.
Well, that kind of goes with your Mississippi drawl. That is
Ours don't roll quite like they're supposed to for me.
You know, you've been dealing with this one for 3 years.
True. I have said it. Just try not to say it in court.
All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Shake hands with my permanency specialist. She's present ready.
Stacy's Apollo on behalf of Emelina.
Okay, then. Well, what do we have new? Ms. Cairns?
I finally met with Dad after 3 years of chasing him down.
Which one?
Charles.
Okay.
Yes. And the other is not the dad. But they're both hanging out at the same spot right now.
Well, I think we have one that's presumed,
Well,
but we don't think he's really bio.
we got the paternity test results back on that, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
I believe we've already filed a non-suit on him to get him out.
All right, hang on a second. Motion for partial non-suit, right there in front of me. Yeah, and it looks like I signed it. So, well, actually not. It's just in my queue. Okay, I'll get it signed. Okay, so we are going to be non-suiting then. Let me
Be non-suiting.
all right. Okay, yeah, it's just in my queue. I wanted to double check. So no, I haven't signed it, but we'll non-suit Mr. Sestacia.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So Ms. Cairns, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. And then Charles relinquished. And I still cannot find Mom, but Emelina is doing really well in her placement. I mean, she's with her biological brothers. They're willing to adopt her. They're ready. I haven't talked to Mom. I don't even know how long anymore. It's been a while. Since the beginning of this one, I didn't get to meet with her at the hospital because she left first. And then the last case, I didn't either.
All right. So child's with siblings and
Yes.
that they've adopted and all. And so we're okay. So we just need to get a final set.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So since this is our initial permanency hearing, we'll make our next setting the final. That'll be July 22nd of 2025, unless we want to do it before that, but we probably need to give the 45 days notice. Y'all want to just leave it on July 22nd? Or you want to move it up?
Judge, I'm good doing it, even if we go 60 days out at the end of May,
Okay.
if we want to.
Miss Katie, let's look at a date. Okay, May 29th at 9. Look good for everybody?
Good for me.
Works for me.
Okay, then, Ms. Naranjo, anything to report?
I've also had no contact with Ms. Sestata.
Okay, Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, Emelina's placed with a wonderful family. She's with her brother. She gets regular contact with extended family. It's exactly where she needs to be. I'm excited about an early final. And I hope this is it, because I'm not sure there's room for any more kids going forward, but she's doing great.
Okay, then. I will find there's a continuing danger to return the child home. At this time, I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'll continue the child's current placement. And we will have a final on this May 29th on a 9 o'clock docket. All right, I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
This is the department versus Sharkavonia Johnson and Jose Figueroa. We are here for a compliance hearing, and we are conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming, and Ms. Goodman is making a record for us today. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Your Honor, Gene Graff and Erica Smith on behalf of the department, present, ready to proceed.
William Taylor
Tracy Riley
representing
for the mother. Yeah, Tracy Riley appearing for the mother, and we're present and ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Bill Taylor representing Jose Figueroa. I believe he is connected, although he's muted and doesn't have a picture. But I'm ready.
Casey Zavala on behalf of Symphony.
Okay, Mr. Figueroa, I can hear you. Ms. Riley, your audio was really breaking up. You might want to turn your video off and see if that gives us a better audio connection with you.
All right, and I'll try to go somewhere else in the courthouse too.
Okay. All right then. Let's see who's giving us an update. Ms. Smith?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So things are looking up. They started off a little rocky, but things are getting better. Sharkaviana is starting to get things going. She did her family plan of service and got it signed on January 29th. She has completed her psychological assessment. Excuse me. She has started her parenting classes and is doing those every Monday afternoon after her visits with Symphony. She has completed her OSAR assessment and will be doing her assessment with Daily Recovery Services to start that program on Friday, I believe. And then she has done her OSAR assessment as well. And I'm sorry, I just said that. She is doing her drug testing. Her last drug test was negative. The only thing that has not gotten completed is the ECI referral for Symphony. Due to the fact that Symphony is with dad and paternal grandparents, they have to have dad's approval to get the ECI referral done. The service provider for ECI had contacted dad, and dad told her that he needed to talk to mom in order to get that approved and to get that scheduled with her. And I spoke to Sharkaviana yesterday and she said that she's fine with that. So we're going to move forward on getting that going. Jose is, he's not getting things going. He did do a drug test for me back in January, which was negative. There has not been any progress as far as his services go. He's got an OSAR assessment scheduled for April 3rd to get that going so he can figure it out, so we can figure out what drug education class he will be taking. But we've got to get the other services going. And at this time right now, he doesn't feel like he needs those services. As far as Symphony goes, she's doing fantastic. She is growing like a weed. She is, every time I see her, she's happy, she's smiling, she's laughing. She loves Miss Rachel. She sings every single song and knows it back to back. And she's just a joy. She's a good child, and I don't have any concerns or worries about her. She's up to date on medical checkups, and that's what I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Riley?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything to report with respect to your client today?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Judge. At this point in time, I will tell you that I'm pleased to see that things are going better. I do think things are getting better. We have not had an opportunity to really talk at length. I don't know if there's a problem with contact numbers, but we have not communicated as well as I would have liked prior to the hearing.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, have you had a change in phone number?
No, ma'am. I don't have her number, so and I don't know if she has my number, so I didn't know if I was supposed to call her, she was supposed to call me.
Okay.
Yep. I know we've left a couple of messages, but again, that just could be a fluke. So we're happy to make sure that we connect after this hearing.
Okay. Why not I put you all in a breakout room when we get done with the hearing and you all can exchange and make sure you have each other's numbers?
Great. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Taylor.
I believe Mr. Figueroa understands that. No, I don't have any questions of Ms. Smith. Jose, pardon me. Jose is online, I believe. I think he understands that he's court ordered to do these services, even if he doesn't feel like he needs them, and we'll go forward on a better footing. I would call him if it's my turn to call witnesses.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jose, you'll have to unmute. There you go. Okay, and for the record, you're Jose Figueroa?
Yeah.
Okay, and did you heard Ms. Smith's testimony about problem with you connecting in with services?
Yeah.
And it's you do understand that that's court ordered, and you do intend to go forward from now and get that done. Is that correct?
Yeah. I just missed up on an appointment. I just had stuff to go. I had stuff to do, so I just messed up on the appointment for this one time just recently. But I really didn't mess up none of them because we just booked an appointment like April the 3rd.
Okay, well, Mr.
I only had like one appointment that I missed, to be honest, because she didn't really respond at first, or like how to explain it.
You'll get with Ms. Smith and talk about what you need to do. Okay, you'll get with Ms. Smith and talk about what you need to do.
Yeah, I just want to go to that one class, and well, I mean, I don't really have to do it, right? Because like, my record is pretty clean.
You gotta do every. Let me
do the classes, Jose. They're court ordered. You have to, and since
Look,
Symphony is with you, you need to do them.
hang
Look,
on.
like you first
Hold
told me you
on.
don't want to follow them,
Whoa,
and then you
whoa,
want to tell me to
whoa.
follow
Everybody
them.
stop
You
talking.
know what I'm saying?
Everyone stop talking. Everybody stop talking.
No, but stop.
Mr.
Trying
Figueroa,
to,
stop talking.
you know what I'm saying? I just
This
feel.
is the judge. Stop talking.
Go ahead.
I have a court reporter here who tries to take down everything everybody says, and you guys start talking over each other. She cannot possibly take it. So she's not, I mean, there's no way she could have gotten a record of all that. So let me cut this short. Mr. Figueroa, you have been court ordered to work services. I don't care whether you think you need them or
Yeah,
not. Hang on, or not, but you've been court ordered to work those services. And if you don't work them, there's consequences for that. Do you understand?
for sure.
Yes, sir.
So what I need to know is, are you going to get busy and get these things worked? Because you're going to run out of time.
Well, I mean, I haven't been complaining. This is my first time I've said that I really didn't want to take a class of mental disorder or
Well,
drug
but the bottom
issues.
line is you haven't done it.
That's
I
what I'm
mean, that,
saying.
so,
I just barely called upon it if I really don't want to do it though.
well, okay. I don't really care whether you want to do it or not. I've ordered
Cause
you to do it.
cause I don't really do drugs or anything like that.
Well, that isn't the only issue here. So, there's other things that we've asked you to do because I think it's in the best interest of this child that you do them.
Yeah,
So, that's just really not up for debate today. I've already made that finding. I've reordered it. So you need to get busy. I'm just telling you, you need to get busy. Okay. Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, I was able to go out and visit with Symphony, and while Mr. Figueroa is in the home as well, Sylvia, the grandmother, is the caretaker for Symphony. She's doing great, surrounded by lots of very supportive family. I absolutely always want kids to be evaluated by ECI if that's an issue, but I'll tell you, after watching her and interacting with her, I'll be really surprised if she needs any services. But let's get that evaluation done, and I think that's going to be in the works. But she is doing great where she is, and I do recommend that continue at this time.
Okay. Yeah, let's get the evaluation done, and if she doesn't need it, they're going to say she doesn't need us. So that'll be one less concern that we have. Okay, then I'm going to continue the order that parents work the services as we had outlined in our initial hearing. And I will see everybody back for another compliance hearing on June 10th of 2025. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. So everybody stay busy, get going on it, and I'll see you back then.
Thank you so much, Ms. Baker.
When is the appointment again?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Judge, do you mind putting Ms. Johnson and I in a breakout room still?
No, I'll be happy to do that. Let me
Thank
get
you,
you
Judge. I
all in
appreciate it.
there.
Thank you.
Get you a sign in there, and y'all can then speak privately and exchange those numbers where you won't be out on YouTube. Okay, I'm putting y'all to room 1, so you should get a prompt that says join. We are live streaming, and Ms. Goodman is making our record today. Okay, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Morning, Judge Eugene Graff and Katrina Sledge on behalf of the department, present and ready to proceed.
Stacy Grant on behalf of the mother, Jessica Sanchez. And I don't see her, Your Honor. Am I missing her?
No, I don't have her logged in.
Okay, thank you so much.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Isabella.
All right then, Miss Sledge.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning. I do want to say Jessica is texting me. I sent her the link, but she says she does not have service to call in or to get on the Zoom. So I asked her is there somewhere she can get to where she can get Wi-Fi service, but she hasn't responded. So, I don't know, but I just want to let you know that she just texted me and told me that. So,
Okay.
there hasn't been much progress made on this case. And it hurts my heart. Jessica, I have been able to make, and that's really just kind of popping in at her mom's house and finding her there. Isabella is still with grandma. She's doing great. Opportunity School. She's doing really, really great. She is a very smart 4-year-old girl with a bright sense of humor. Jessica has not started in any services. She hasn't started in any services. She has been provided initially when I made contact with her in January, before I finished the family plan. I provided her with the recommended service list so she can go ahead and get started, because I think that's so important for parents to be able to have that and get going before we finish the service plan. And so I gave her all of that. She had all that information. And then I later met with her again in February, gave her the family plan of service, reviewed that information again. And then I met with her again in March, reviewed that information again. And she initiates the calls, but there's no follow through. And I think a lot of that is because she does not have stability. She was working at Papa John's Pizza for a very short time. And she's no longer working there now due to not showing, no show, no call, no show. She's pregnant. And I saw her again on March 5th, and she did admit to methamphetamine use and marijuana use. I haven't been able to drug test her because of the inconsistency, but she did admit to ongoing usage. She says she's homeless, and that's part of the reason why she's using. I have talked to her about the Haven. However, she did the Haven earlier, maybe last year, the year before, and she did the long-term program and did she says, about 2 years, and was unsuccessfully discharged, and she has her reasoning and she will not go back to the Haven. I have told her about Center Core. She just don't want to, Judge, and I don't know what more to do to make her or to encourage her. I've text, I call all the time, and last time I talked to her, I just told her, I said, if you're pregnant now, you got a baby, and you can't, don't hurt the baby. Don't do it for yourself. Please do it for the baby. But I just can't get through to her, so I don't know. Grandma did go ahead and file through the AG's office, the Attorney General's office. I did reach out to Dad. Dad is Michael Powers. He is currently incarcerated with an expected release date of August of 2025. However, he says he has not seen Jessica or Isabella in 3 years. So that means she doesn't know him, doesn't have a significant relationship with him. And that's all I got.
So grandmother filed for custody?
Mm-hmm. Through the Attorney General's office, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And she did just text me, and she said, I just want to do.
What did she say?
She just texted and said, I just want more time, and I'll comply and do everything y'all are asking me to do. As of last week, I have been pretty much checking in with service providers weekly just to make sure I'm not missing nothing, I've sent her, because I know doesn't have, she's not real stable. She says she's homeless, so she's kind of going from house to house. So I have also sent her a text message with all the service providers and their phone numbers so that she has that access. And like the parenting, I did it. It's a virtual, so it's not something she has to actually go to. She could do it virtually. The substance abuse counseling is actually virtual as well, because I understood the struggle. She didn't have transportation. She has purchased a car. She did get her income tax. She told me that. Her income tax was like $5,000. So I don't know, but I know she has a vehicle now. So I've kind of been, I've got some addresses for her. And so I've been riding around just trying to see if I can find her car at those addresses. And then the said boyfriend of who she may be pregnant by. She did give me his name. We actually had an open case on him as well for the same thing about almost. And so I went by that house and I've contacted that family. I know she's been in and out of that house. I've left my card, I've left my number. So she knows, she knows we're looking. I don't know what else to do with her.
Okay, Ms. Grant, anything new to update?
Your Honor, I have not been able to contact Jessica. I don't have any updated contact information myself. She's not reached out to my office. I'd be happy to help her if she would reach out to my office, obviously. But I just have been unable to locate her myself.
Okay, Ms. Sledge, would you put in the chat what current number you have for her so Ms. Grant can just compare, make sure she's got whatever the current number is? And
yes, ma'am, she works 2 different numbers, so put both of those.
Okay. All right, Ms. Zavala.
Your Honor, I've gotten good information from Ms. Sledge. I've been able to talk with grandmother on the phone, gotten great reports. Due to scheduling issues, I have not yet been out to the home to see Isabella, but we are scheduled for Wednesday night, so tomorrow night. I anticipate, based on all the information that I've been given, that will go very well. It sounds like it is a great place for her to be. If anything comes up at that visit and I need some sort of hearing on that, I will be sure to set that. But I anticipate, based on my conversations and the reports that I've read, that will be fine. But.
All right, well, I guess the important thing for Ms. Sanchez to know is we are going to set another compliance hearing on June 10th. But I guess everybody just, if you have contact with her, communicate that there's only one answer here, and that is to get herself in some kind of stable situation and, get to a shelter or get somewhere where she's got some stable housing where she could start actually working some services. And then I guess we'll see what comes through with the grandmother's case with the Attorney General. That's probably sounds like that may be the ultimate answer here, but she's got a little time left. So, we'll just continue the services as previously ordered, and I'll see everybody back on June 10th of 2025 on a 9:00 docket. We'll see where we're at. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank y'all very much.
Have a great rest of your week. I think this is my last matter, so with your permission, I'll sign off.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Judge, I'm in the next one, so I'll just stay.
Okay.
And I'll see you in the afternoon.
All right. We are here today for our final. Conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We're live streaming, and Ms. Goodman's making our record. All right, then. We'll go ahead and take announcements.
Todd Abbey on behalf of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. I'm present, ready to proceed, Your Honor. I have Miss Cassie Kopic, who will probably be she won't be my only witness, but she'll be my main witness.
Bill Taylor representing Pedro Perez, father of father with one of the girls, and he's present. I'm ready.
Okay, he's father of Brianna.
I could not think of her first name. Didn't have the paper in front of me. Thank you.
No problem.
Stacey Grant on behalf of Lorella Kroll. My client's not present yet, Judge.
Brooks Barfield, ad litem for the children present ready.
I'll be Stashi Casa.
Okay, and Mr. Kroll is also present.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then, Mr. Abbey.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would begin with calling Mr. Pedro Perez, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before I begin asking questions, the department is going to request that in a final ruling today that you sever these two cases. We'll get into all of the reasons why in just a few minutes, but just so that the court knows that's where we're headed today. Mr. Perez, you are the father to Brianna?
Yes, sir.
And where do you reside?
In Divine, Texas.
And about how far is Divine, Texas from Claude, Texas?
It's about 8 hours.
And you have had, first of all, you were asked to work some services by the St. Francis Ministries and the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And did you work those services?
Yes, sir, I did.
And have you been maintaining contact with Brianna?
Yes, sir.
Do you talk to her on the phone at least monthly?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, you exercise visitation with Brianna when it's convenient for Brianna and you to exercise that visit. Is that correct?
That's correct.
She actually came and saw you last week or the week before on her spring break.
That's correct.
You got to spend time with her at Christmas.
Yes, sir.
You're aware that she is a sophomore in high school and is very involved in the high school in Claude, Texas.
Yes, I am.
And my understanding, Mr. Perez, is that you don't wish at this time to try to move her from Claude, that she's doing well there and you're okay with her staying there.
That's correct.
She is currently living with Miss Connie Lane, who is her maternal grandmother. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And Miss Lane has off and on for a long period of time been the primary caregiver for Brianna, provides the home and makes sure she gets to school and those kind of things. Is that right?
That's right.
And you have a fairly good relationship with Miss Lane. You can contact her and she contacts you. Y'all talk about what's going on in Brianna's life.
Yes, that's correct.
You're comfortable with Brianna remaining in Miss Lane's care?
Yes, I am.
The department believes that it would be in the best interest of Brianna if you and Miss Lane were named joint managing conservators of Brianna, with the primary right to choose the residence residing with Miss Lane. Are you okay with that?
Yes, I am.
And then if we ordered or we requested that the court order visitation at times when you and Miss Lane and Brianna can agree, and in lieu of any agreement, a standard possession order, are you okay with that?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
And finally, have you been ordered to pay child support before?
Yes, before? Yes.
And are you currently paying child support?
No, not currently.
Are you working?
Yes, I am.
Where do you work?
It's Train Technologies.
Okay. And previously, how much child support were you ordered to pay?
It was about $400 a month.
Okay. Have you talked with Miss Lane about paying child support to her?
A little bit.
And have y'all discussed an amount?
No amount yet.
Okay. Your job, are you paid on a salary or a wage? Can you tell me?
It's an hourly wage, and I get a weekly paycheck.
And how much approximately per week do you make?
Take home or?
Yes, sir.
About 1,100.
If the court was to order that you pay $800 a month for Miss Lane taking care of Brianna, would you be able to manage that?
I think I can do that.
As far as Miss Kroll, Lori Kroll, who is Brianna's mother, have you been in contact with her?
No, not really.
And would you agree with me that it would be in Brianna's best interest that if Brianna's visiting with you, that Miss Kroll not have any contact with you?
Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Perez. I'll pass the witness.
Real quickly, Mr. Perez, do you have any other children?
no, I do not.
Okay. And do you have any health insurance through your job?
Yes, I do.
Is the child on that health insurance right now?
Not at this moment, but she does qualify and I can place her on there.
Okay. Do you know how much it's going to cost you?
It comes out of my union dues. So it doesn't come out of my take home. It just it's already included. It's already factored in. So I don't have to pay anything additionally.
Okay. So coverage for you and the child is the same
Yes.
cost?
Yeah, it wouldn't increase my cost any.
All right. And are you willing to get her on that insurance?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. That's all I had. Thank you.
I passed the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Grant?
Sir, when is the last time you had contact with Miss Crowell?
Maybe a couple weeks ago.
Okay, and what was the substance of that contact? Did you contact her?
No, it was I had agreed to pay her some of the past due child support. And so that's what she was contacting me for.
Okay,
For me to send her a payment.
So she called you and requested some child support money. How much money did you send her?
This last time it was only like $50, something like that. I'd been giving her. So in the past, they used to pull my child support directly from my job. But when I got this new job, for some reason it wasn't working out. So I was sending her weekly payments before the children were removed from her. And then
And so when the children were removed, were you in arrearages on your child support?
there was some past due, yes.
Okay. Did you continue to pay child support to Miss Crowell for any length of time after this case began?
Yes, I did for some time.
Do you know how long?
Maybe a couple months.
Okay. Have you spoken with your attorney about requesting any type of offset or judgment today regarding past due child support during the pendency of this case?
No, I have not.
Okay. And do you know where Miss Crowell resides right now? If you sent her money, did she come and get it, or how did you get it to her?
No, it was all through Cash App.
Oh, okay. I'm learning about that type of stuff. I'm older than you. And so you don't know where she resides or where she can regularly be located. Would that be fair to say, sir?
That's fair to say. I don't know anything about her.
Going forward, if you're named joint managing conservator of the child, you understand that you will not owe future child support to Miss Crowell. Your child support would be owed to the grandmother. You understand that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And if you were to hear from Miss Crowell, would you be willing to ask her to call her attorney?
I can do that.
Okay. And she can always call the caseworker if she doesn't know my contact information. I'm not putting that on you. Just there's a time period after today where I need to relay some information to her. And if you happen to hear from her, then it would help me if you would just ask her to call your lawyer. That would be all I would request.
I can do that.
Thank you, sir. Pass the witness.
Okay, Mr. Taylor.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Pedro, a lot of my job has already been done by the other counsel, but just briefly, you've been told, have you not, that you're what's considered a non-offending parent in this case?
That's correct.
Throughout this case, you've maintained an attitude of willingness to have Brianna relocated to your home with you, and you do have a place for her. Is that correct?
That's correct.
but you also have indicated that, as has already been pointed out, a willingness to allow her to remain where she is because she's happy there and that's where her friends and school and everything else are located, correct?
That's correct.
Um, when you changed jobs and got this new job, were you current on your support up to that time?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you know about how much delinquent you were at that point?
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. But certainly since the girls were picked up by CPS, the monies you've paid directly to Ms. Crowell would be because of the arrearage. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You asking the court to offset any arrearages from the time the children were picked up to now. They weren't in Ms. Crowell's home with her, so you don't feel like that arrearage should be accumulating in her benefit. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And to this day, you continue to have a good relationship with Brianna,
Yes, sir.
and just want what's best for her.
That's right.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, John.
Mr. Barfield?
No questions.
All right. Mr. Abbey?
I have no further questions of this witness, Sean.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions for Mr. Perez? Okay, let me just clarify, Mr. Abbey, is the department seeking termination of the mother's rights on this child as well, or is the department wanting to name her as a possessory conservator of Brianna?
You're going to ask, Your Honor, and with other witnesses, I was going to get this, but we're going to ask that Ms. Kroll be named as a possessory conservator and that she also be ordered to pay some child support.
Okay. All right. I just kind of wanted to clarify for where we were headed.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes,
then. Okay, then you can call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Ms. Connie Lane.
Very good. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Lane, you are the maternal grandmother to Brianna and Cameron.
Yes,
And they currently have been in your home since October 9th, this time around.
this time around, yes.
Brianna is currently in a sophomore in high school.
Yes,
And she's been going to Claude school districts for a number of years.
yes, sir.
She has friends that go to Claude. She's entrenched in that school. She plays sports and is involved in extracurricular activities.
Yes, sir. Very many of them.
Do you attend a church in Claude on a regular basis?
We do not,
Okay.
due to all the other activities.
Okay. It would be difficult for Brianna at this time, in your opinion, it would be difficult for Brianna if she was to be removed from Claude and sent somewhere else.
Yes, I think it would be very hard on her.
Prior to October 9th, Brianna had been she had been ordered to be returned to her mom in June of 2024. Is that your recollection?
Yes,
Prior to June of 2024, had Brianna been in your home for a long period of time?
yes, almost a year exactly.
And that was when she and Cameron were removed from Miss Kroll and Mr. Kroll when the case started.
Yes,
So other than for a 4-month period from June of 2023 until today, Brianna and Cameron had been in your home.
yes.
Prior to June of 2023, had the children been in your home on a regular basis?
They were in my home, but I would think that, you know, they'd be here for the weekend, or there were often times where they were brought here with the pretense of being here for the weekend, but then they'd be here a little bit longer. So yes.
They're comfortable in your home.
I think so.
And you have the financial means to provide for these girls?
I think so. I mean, I've been doing it this long and haven't had much help, if any.
And you've heard me ask Mr. Perez some questions concerning Brianna. Are you okay with being named a joint managing conservator of Brianna and with Mr. Perez?
Yes, sir.
And are you okay with the visitation schedule that I talked about?
Yes.
And if he's ordered to pay child support, you would like that money to come to you so you can help cover all of Brianna's expenses?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about Cameron for just a little bit. Cameron is how old?
8.
And what grade is she in?
2nd.
And has she gone first grade, kindergarten, first grade, and second grade to Claude Independent School?
Yes.
And would you agree with me that that's a stable, your home is a stable environment for Cameron?
Yes, sir.
And that going to Claude has become stable for Cameron?
Yes, sir.
She's made friends there?
Yes.
And you believe it would be in Cameron's best interest to continue in that stable environment with you?
Yes, sir, I do.
You have expressed an interest to St. Francis Ministries that if the court was to terminate Lori's parental rights and Mr. Kroll's parental rights, that you might want to adopt Cameron.
Yes.
Is that still something that you're interested in doing?
Yes, very much.
Your home is drug-free?
Yes, sir.
Does anybody live in the home other than you and the girls?
No, just us.
Okay. Do you work outside of the home?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
I work at Palladura Nursing Home in Claude. I'm a nurse.
And that's been a job that you've had for some time?
Yes, 3 years. I've been a nurse for 25 years, but I've been there particularly 3.
You don't plan on having to change jobs or residences anytime in the near future?
No, no.
Since October of 2024, when the girls were returned to you, how many face-to-face contacts have you had with Lori?
None.
My understanding is that she has occasionally reached out to you through text messages and phone calls. Would you say that that had been done on a regular basis?
No.
Has there been times since October of 2024 that when you did have conversations with Lori, that Lori's not been particularly agreeable with you?
She's not any agreeable with me at all. I mean, she blames me for
Objection.
all of this.
The response to the question is entering into hearsay.
Judge, it would be a statement against party of interest.
Correct as far as hearsay, but I mean, I'm questioning whether that would be, her answer would be speculation, but
Speculation.
anyway.
Okay.
I'll sustain it to speculation. But.
Thank you, Judge.
Miss Lane, do you know where your daughter is currently residing?
I do not.
Has she provided you with a current address?
No, sir.
In June, when the children were returned to her, was she residing in one of your homes?
Yes.
Were you allowing her to live in that home?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if she's still living in that home?
No, she is not. She has not since October.
When she was living in that home and the girls were there, did you also provide her with an automobile or a vehicle to drive?
Yes, I did.
Do you know if she still has that vehicle?
I have no idea.
She hasn't returned it to you, has she?
No.
Have you seen it?
I have not.
Do you know if Lori has had any contact, face-to-face contact with Brianna or Cameron since October of 2024?
Not that I'm aware of.
Do you know if she has had any phone calls or text messages to either girl?
Yes, she has.
Has she gone through you to do that? Or has she
No,
just
sir.
tried? How do you know that she's had contact with the girls?
With Bree, I periodically ask her, has she heard from her mother?
And Bree responds to you, yes, that she's sometimes
Objection. The question in and of itself is hearsay and calls for, I'm not able to cross-examine the child, Judge, is basically what I would say.
It's hearsay. Okay. I'll sustain as to hearsay.
I mean, I know the child is technically a party, Judge, but
It's not an outcry statement.
Thank you.
So, Miss Lane, any contact that your daughter's had with the girls has been outside of you. Is that what you're telling me?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
Well, she has personal knowledge, but yeah, I think Mr. Abbey, you can ask her some different questions to establish what she knows.
Lori's not reached out to you to contact either of the girls.
No. Well, she did on Cameron's birthday. She did reach out to me to speak with Cameron.
When was Cameron's birthday?
January 31st.
And did you allow Lori to have conversation with Cameron?
No, sir, I did not.
Why not?
Because she was having a sleepover with her friend, and I didn't want her to be upset because she hadn't spoken to her since October.
Thank you, Miss Lane. Well, let me just ask you. Well, I think I've covered it. I'll pass it with you, Sean.
Okay. All right. Just briefly, I want to backtrack real quickly. I did not give Mr. Kroll an opportunity to ask Mr. Perez questions. So I want to just backtrack quickly enough. Mr. Kroll, can you unmute for me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Since you do not have an attorney, I should have given you the opportunity to ask the witness any questions. Is there anything you would wish to ask Mr. Perez?
No, ma'am, not at this time.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right, then, Ms. Grant, your witness.
Miss Lane, if these children are left with you as joint managing conservator with Mr. Perez, would you be continue to be appropriately protective of Brianna?
Yes, ma'am.
And I apologize, I didn't remember the other child's name. My apologies. And if do you understand what it means if Lori is a possessory conservator in this case?
Sort of, not all together.
Just generically, do you understand that if she ever did get in a better place in life, that she could reach out through the court system to prove to you to regain contact through the court system?
Okay.
And you would you understand that as long as things are not going well with her, that you and Mr. Perez would share in the decision about any contact that Lori would have with the children moving forward. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are you asking that Ms. Crowell be ordered today to provide you some type of support for the children to show an effort to Judge, I'm going to strike that question. I think it would technically be the state asking for the support, so I'll pass the witness.
Right. Mr. Taylor?
No questions of this witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Kroll, do you have any questions for Ms. Lane?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Barfield.
Thank you. Ms. Lane, I want to first start off by saying you've made my job very easy as ad litem for the children. Thank you. Now, in regards to these kiddos, do they have another sibling?
Yes,
And are they getting?
they have several.
Okay. Okay. Are they seeing them?
They are seeing the baby. Yeah.
Okay. And primarily, I ask a bad question. Primarily, they've been seeing the baby, and how old's the baby now?
About 8 months.
And where is the baby located?
Pampa, Texas.
Okay. And so close enough to where living in Claude allows them that opportunity. Is that correct?
They don't live in Claude, but they live in Clarendon, Cameron and
Okay.
Bree. So
Okay.
yes, we do go over there, and she comes and spends weekends.
I misspoke. I misspoke. Now, in regards to, let's talk about in regards to, I think you've made it very clear that you're comfortable that Mr. Perez be named a joint managing conservator of Brianna. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I understand that she went and had a spring break visit. Is that right?
Yes.
And my understanding is that went well.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about mom for a little bit. Would you agree with me? She has totally abdicated her role at this juncture as a parent to these children.
Yes, sir.
And has she provided you any support whatsoever to help take care of these children?
No.
And so effectively, she's abandoned these children, has she not?
Yes.
With the exception of Mr. Perez, would the same be true for Mr. Kroll?
Yes.
Do you think that either parent has been acting in these children's best interests?
No, I do not.
Do you believe that it would be, in fact, a danger to both psychologically, emotionally, and physically, perhaps, to these children if they were returned back to either parent?
Yes, I do.
Now, there's been some mention of not terminating Lori's parental rights. Do you want her to continue to have parental rights?
Not if her life continues the way that it is. No, I do not.
Okay. Do you think that would be in the best interest of the children?
No.
Both children, both children are healthy, happy, and basically living with, pretty good lives, making good grades.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm kind of a sports guy myself, and Brianna's involved in about every sport you can think of over there. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, she is.
And Cameron, she's doing well in school?
Yes.
Okay. And obviously, Mr. Perez has agreed to pay support, and that would certainly help you out. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, I have no further questions of this witness.
All right.
I have some additional questions, if it pleases the court, Your Honor.
Sure, Mr. Allen, go ahead.
Thank you. Ms. Lane, I didn't talk to you much about Mr. Kroll. Has Mr. Kroll, first of all, from June of 2023 through June of 2024, did he provide you with any support?
When all this first happened, probably August of 2023, he gave me a check for $250 for some school clothes, and that's it.
He hadn't been regularly providing you with a monthly payment?
No.
And since October of 2024, when the children were returned to your home, has he reached out to you to have any contact with either girl?
He has not reached out to me. But in the last 3 weeks, he has reached out to Cassie and he has had 2 phone visits with Cameron.
So from October of 2024 until end of February, the 1st of March of 2025, he didn't have any contact with Cameron?
No, sir.
And the contact that he's had with Cameron in the last couple of weeks, that's just been phone contact?
Yes, sir.
You know when the last time Cameron actually saw Mr. Kroll was?
I do not. No, he showed up at one of her Christmas program at school. He showed up in the audience.
Would that have been in 2023 or 2024?
2024.
And so he was in the audience. Did you see him there?
No, my daughter sent me pictures and videos. My younger daughter.
And that's not Lori, that's another daughter, is that correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
You understand that for you to be able to adopt, you have to have Mr. Kroll's, we would have to have Mr. Kroll's parental rights terminated?
Yes, sir.
And we would have to have your daughter's parental rights terminated concerning Cameron?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to do that today?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll pass it.
All right, anybody have any further questions for Ms. Lane?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Grant, any further questions?
No, Your Honor, I apologize. I guess I was muted.
Okay, Mr. Kroll, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Barfield, anything further?
No, Your Honor, not of this witness.
Okay. All right, Mr. Albee.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before I call my next witness, Your Honor, I've provided to the all the parties, I believe, to the court a list of exhibits, and I meant to do this to start with. I would ask that we pre-admit those exhibits, and now they wouldn't be pre-admitted; they'd just be admitted, Your Honor. So we would offer as states or departments Exhibit 1 or petitioners Exhibit 1, a certified copy of the original petition in this case.
No objection.
No objection.
All right, petitioner's Exhibit 1 will be admitted. I'm not sure I do have them, Mr. Albee.
My legal staff is on the Zoom, Your Honor. If I ask her, she might be able to send those email to you.
I sent them to Miss Katie, but I'll send them to Judge directly.
Thank you.
If she got them, I'm sure she can send them. I'm just looking to see if I've overlooked them. But
I did, Judge. I'm sorry. I missed them. I'll forward them to you now.
okay. All right, good. All right, go ahead, Mr. Albee.
Thank you, Your Honor. Petitioner's Exhibit 2, Your Honor, we would ask the court to admit a certified copy of the temporary orders from this case.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
All right, petitioner's Exhibit 2 will be admitted.
Petitioner's Exhibit 3, Your Honor, would be a certified copy of the status order in this case.
Any objection?
Yeah, no objection.
No objection.
No objection.
All right, petitioner's Exhibit 3 is admitted.
Petitioner's Exhibit 4, Your Honor, would be the family plan of service that was signed by Ms. Kroll and filed in this court in July or August of 2023.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
Petitioner's Exhibit 4 is admitted.
Petitioner's Exhibit 5, Your Honor, would be the family plan of service from Mr. Kroll that was filed in this court.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
Mr. Albee, let me just for clarification, but he has not signed it, correct? It's an unsigned.
That's my understanding, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, petitioner's Exhibit 5 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Miss Cassie Coppick. Brianna is how old?
16?
And she's a sophomore in high school at Claude.
Yes.
And I've asked the court to sever her case from Cameron's. Is that the wish of St. Francis Ministries?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about Brianna first. Brianna's father is Mr. Perez.
Yes.
He was also ordered to work services in this case.
Yes.
And did he complete all of the services that you requested? Did he complete?
Yes.
And specifically, did he do a parenting class and some counseling?
He did a psychosocial, and he's met with a courtesy worker.
And because he was a non-offending parent, we didn't ask that he do a whole lot of other things.
Correct.
And from the beginning, has he worked with St. Francis Ministries and yourself to make sure that Brianna's best interest has been taken care of?
Yes.
Are you asking then that he be named as a joint managing conservator of Brianna with Miss Connie Lane?
Yes.
And you've heard me request that there be some child support, and you would ask that that child support be ordered to Miss Lane.
Yes.
Right. Miss Connie Lane is Brianna's and Cameron's maternal grandmother.
Yes.
And she has, other than for a 4-month period when these children are returned to Lori Kroll, she has been the primary placement for these 2 children.
Yes.
And she worked with you to make sure that the girls' best interest and needs have been taken care of.
Yes.
Are you also requesting that she be named as a joint managing conservator of Brianna Perez?
Yes.
And that she had the primary right to choose where Brianna resides?
Yes.
If the court agrees with that, are you asking that the department be dismissed from Brianna's case?
Yes.
And you've talked with Connie about that, and
Yes.
you're comfortable that she's aware of what that means.
Yes.
As far as Cameron is concerned, she's 8 years old in the 2nd grade in Claude.
Yes.
And you heard Miss Lane testify that she's willing to possibly adopt Cameron.
Yes.
And has she expressed that interest to you?
Yes.
Lori Kroll is Cameron's mother.
Yes.
And you did a family plan of service for Miss Kroll when this case started in June of 2023?
Yes.
And did Miss Kroll actively work the services that were set forth in her family plan of service?
She did at the beginning. She worked services.
And there were some problems with her probation when the case started. Is that right?
No, she wasn't on probation.
Okay.
It took her a while to start working services.
Do you know if she went to any kind of rehabilitation?
She did an OSAR evaluation, and they recommended her complete the Padre program, and she did that Padre program.
And when she completed, my understanding of the way the Padre program works is that there's really 2 sections to that. One's a parenting class, and one's a substance abuse class. Did she do both of those classes?
Yes, she did.
In June of 2024, because Ms. Kroll had worked through her services, the court ordered that the children be returned to her on a transition monitored return.
Yes.
And did the department, including St. Francis Ministries, help get the kids back to Ms. Kroll?
Yes, they were reunified with their mother.
Now, and during that first year, what kind of things did St. Francis, you and others in your department do to help get to a point where you could reunify the children with their mother?
We offer services for the parents, made referrals, visited with them, talked to them about the services.
Did Miss Kroll stay in contact with you?
So at the beginning, I didn't have really good contact with her. Like I'd have to go to her visit to be able to meet with her. And then I had pretty good contact with her after like January of 2024 until around the time of removal, January, February of 2024. And then until we re-remove the kids.
So from June of 2023 until January of 2024, contact was kind of hit and miss.
Right.
And did you reach out to her regularly?
Yes. But typically she didn't answer, but if she went to a visit, I was able to, catch her there.
And when you did catch her, did you talk with her about the services that she needed to complete?
Yes.
And did you provide her with phone numbers to make sure that she was able to start those services?
Yes.
And as part of her service plan, was she asked to randomly drug screen?
Yes.
And did she randomly drug screen for you?
She did it first, and then since the re-removal, she hasn't drug screened at all.
And I understand that, and I'm just trying to get to the reunification at this point in time. So in January, she started making in January of 2024, she started making regular contact with you.
Yes.
And she worked her services. She went to counseling, did her Padre classes, was able to show that she was at least stable enough that we could return the children to her care.
Yes.
Is it your understanding from reading the record that part of the reason the children were removed was because Miss Kroll had an issue with methamphetamines?
Yes.
But at least from January of 2024 through June of 2024, she was clean for you.
So in February of 2024, she did test positive on a hair follicle for meth, but the remaining ones she didn't. And the last one that she took was in August.
And I'm going to get to that now.
September.
We returned the children in June of 2024, and you were continuing to monitor that home and what was going on there.
Yes.
And for the first couple of months, everything looked like it was going pretty well.
Yes.
And then the kids started back to school in late August of 2024.
Yes.
And then in September of 2024, things started going awry.
Right. Yes.
Now, did Miss Kroll lose contact with you?
She quit responding to me.
Okay. And did you talk to the girls?
Yes.
And did Brianna inform you that maybe mom wasn't at home as much?
Yes.
And that Brianna was being left to take care of Cameron?
Yes.
Did the girls and Lori move back in with Mr. Kroll?
For a time they did. I believe it was in August.
And was the reunification plan that you developed with Miss Kroll specifically not to move back in with Mr. Kroll?
Yes. And they, she wasn't being honest with me. I would go and meet with them at the house that they were living at in Clarendon.
All right. You said that's Lori, wasn't being completely honest. And you would go to Lori's house in Claude or Clarendon?
In Clarendon, yes.
Okay. But you don't think that they were living in that home at that point in time?
They had stuff in the home. I know that they were staying with Cash because Brianna said that, but I don't know for exactly how long or that. but they did still have their belongings and stuff in the home in Clarendon.
In late September, early October of 2024, did we ask the court to remove the children from Miss Kroll's care?
Yes.
Had you asked Miss Kroll to drug screen in August and September of 2024?
Yes.
And did she?
She didn't in August. She did a UA in September.
And what were the results of that?
It was negative.
Okay.
We had asked her to hair follicle as well, but she did not do that one.
She wouldn't do a hair follicle.
Correct.
And she had just had a baby at that point in time.
She had a baby on July 10th.
When the court ordered that the girls be removed, where were they removed to?
To their grandmas?
To Miss Lane.
Yes.
And did Miss Kroll do anything at that point in time that caused you concerns about what kind of lifestyle she was having?
Can you ask that
Let me ask you this way. Did she take her newborn baby that she had in July and leave that with Miss Lane?
Objection, leading.
Okay, don't lead the witness. I'll sustain.
Thank you, Judge. What did Miss Kroll do with her baby?
So after the girls were removed, she dropped off Lainey to her mother to take care of her.
From October, and that would have been the first part of October. Is that correct?
I believe Lainey was removed on the 11th and the girls were removed on the 9th.
So
yeah.
the first part of October, from October the 9th, when the children were placed back, when these two girls were placed back in the home with Miss Lane, until March of 2025. Have you regularly attempted to contact Miss Kroll?
Yes.
About how often?
At first, I tried to contact her quite a bit. Like I was calling her every week. And then like towards the end, it was just like once a month or so.
And has your phone number changed?
No.
And how long have you had your number?
I've had the same phone number the entirety of this case. My phone number did change when we switched over to the department, but I don't know exactly what day that was, but it's been the same for this case.
Miss Kroll would have your phone number.
Yes.
Has she recently reached out to you?
She did. She texted me on Sunday.
So 2 days prior to this hearing, she reached out to you.
Yes.
And did you respond? And how did she reach out to you?
She had spoken with the CASA worker, Cindy, in the Lainey, the baby's case, and she told her about court, and she contacted me wanting to know why I hadn't contacted her, and then like what she needed to do service-wise. And then she also told me she was getting a new place to live yesterday.
Miss Copic, what means did she contact you?
Oh, sorry, text.
Okay. And did you respond in the same means?
Yes.
All right. Is that what Lori's request was to you?
It was.
Did you provide or have you provided a link for today's hearing to Miss Kroll?
Yes, I sent it to her through text.
And when did you do that?
Yesterday.
And did you advise Miss Kroll that she needed to appear today?
Yes, I talked to her about us seeking termination.
Are you aware of any face-to-face contact that Miss Kroll has had with Cameron since October of 2024?
No.
Are you aware of any phone calls done through St. Francis Ministries or the department with Cameron by Miss Kroll?
No.
Has Miss Kroll provided you with any evidence of the environment that she is currently living in?
No.
Has she given you any pictures or given you even an address where she's living?
No.
What did she tell you about her current address?
She didn't tell me anything. She just said she was signing a lease in Amarillo.
All you know is that she signed a lease. And when did she say that she was going to sign that lease?
She said she was going to sign it yesterday.
From October through March of October 2024 through March of 2025, have you requested that she drug screen?
Yes.
Has she?
No.
Did the court require, when the children were re-removed and placed back in Miss Lane's home, that Miss Kroll drug screen for you?
Yes.
Did Miss Kroll complete a new OSAR evaluation?
No.
Would that have been something positive if Miss Kroll would have done that?
Yes.
So Miss Kroll's not been able to provide evidence of a safe and stable home to you?
She has not.
Miss Kroll has not had significant contact or regular visits with these children since October of 2024.
Correct.
The children have been in the care of the Texas Department of Family, or the custody of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, for more than 9 months.
Correct.
Random, regular drug screens were ordered by this court in a temporary order, a status order, and the new kickout order, correct?
Correct.
Would you say that those orders were necessary for the reunification of Cameron with Miss Kroll?
Yes.
Would you agree with me that when Miss Kroll was testing positive for methamphetamines prior to these children removed, that was a dangerous environment for the girls?
Yes.
There was also domestic violence between her and Mr. Kroll at the time that these children were first removed.
Objection, Your Honor. There's no evidence of that.
Okay, that's not really a proper objection. So,
and may I
yeah, you may respond, Mr. Abbey.
Your Honor, the evidence that has been admitted, the original petition includes an affidavit that discusses the domestic violence between Mr. Kroll and Miss Kroll at the time of the original removal of the children.
All right, and Petitioner's Exhibit 1 has been admitted. So, all right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. So that environment was unsafe for the girls at the time of the original removal.
Yes.
And Miss Kroll actually put the children into that environment, and she caused the unsafe environment through her own actions.
Yes.
Are you asking today that Miss Kroll's parental rights be terminated as far as Cameron is concerned?
Yes.
And you believe that's in Cameron's best interest because Miss Lane has expressed an interest in adopting Cameron?
Yes.
And you're not asking for Miss Kroll's parental rights to be terminated as far as Brianna is concerned because there's no possibility, or there's not really a possibility of adoption concerning Brianna.
Correct.
If the court terminates, strike that. In Brianna's case, are you asking that Miss Kroll be named as a possessory conservator?
Yes.
And that she be ordered to pay minimum wage child support because we don't know if she's working?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about Cash Kroll. Mr. Kroll is Cameron's father?
Yes.
He was also ordered to work services?
Yes.
And have you talked with him regularly about working services?
When I talked to him, I've talked to him about working in services.
Have you reached out? How often have you reached out to him to make sure that he is aware that he has to work services?
At the beginning of the case, I talked to him a lot more. After the girls were unified, didn't talk to him as much, but I've talked to him, I think, at least once a month since they were removed.
Has Mr. Kroll completed any of his services?
He has completed some of his services.
All right, let me ask you, let's see if I can go through some of these. Does Mr. Kroll have a stable home?
He does.
And where does he live?
He lives in Claude.
And he's pretty much lived in that same home for the whole length of the case.
Yes, that's the home of removal.
And does he have transportation?
He does.
And we haven't had any problems with him not being able to get wherever he needs to go to as far as you know. Is that right?
He has the ability to go.
Okay. And do you know if Mr. Kroll is employed?
He is. He owns his own business.
And has he provided you with proof of his business and his income from his business?
No, I haven't asked for it either.
Did he complete a psychosocial evaluation?
He did.
Did he do an OSAR evaluation?
He did.
And were there any recommendations from that OSAR evaluation?
For him to do the Padre program?
Did he complete the Padre program?
No.
What part of the Padre program was he recommended to complete?
He was recommended to do the parenting portion. He initially did talk to Antonio, the Padre guy, but he waited till after she turned 7. So that program is from 0 to 6. So he was not able to complete that.
Have there been other similar services that you could have recommended for Mr. Kroll to complete?
Yes, I referred him to the Firehood Father Parenting Program, and he did that. He just completed that in March.
And
this year.
He was also requested to do some random drug screens. Is he randomly drug screened for you?
I've asked him to drug screen. He has drug screened 3 times for me in this case. We did just get one last week. He went on Wednesday. The UA was negative, but the hair follicle has not come back. I asked him initially to go back in November, and then he's put off every month to go.
So in a year and 9 months, he's drug screened for you how many times?
3.
And how often did you ask him to drug screen for you?
I have not asked him to go every month, but I've asked him to go more than the 3 times that he went. But like since November, obviously we wanted him to go prior to the removal of the children, especially when we found out when, you know, the girls were living over there with him. And he didn't go then either.
Are you aware of any face-to-face contact with Cameron by Mr. Kroll since October of 2024?
None that we've facilitated. Connie did say that he went to that program, the Christmas program, but I don't know that he actually had contact with her.
Has he reached out to you requesting phone contact or virtual contact with the girls?
He wanted visits with Cameron, and we talked about that. That was part of the reason why we wanted him to go drug screen, is to make sure that that would be a safe person for her to be around to have a visit. He has had 2 phone calls, and then because I told him I wasn't going to give him a visit until he had a negative drug screen.
And he's just recently provided you with a negative UA.
Correct.
Do you know when the last phone call to Cameron by Mr. Kroll was?
He talked to her on the 20th.
Okay. And from prior to the 20th, do you know when the one before that was?
It was on the 6th.
So he's
Those
had
were-
two in a very recent period of time.
Yes.
And prior to that, how much?
I don't know about any phone contact prior to that. None that I facilitated. The last in-person visit was May 31st of 2024. Jennifer supervised that visit.
Jennifer is who?
Jennifer Bryan is the family support worker that supervised the visits, and we didn't cancel visits. He just stopped going.
Would you agree with me that because he has not completed his drug screens as requested, that he has not completed the orders of the court?
I agree.
If he's not exercised visitation that he's supposed to, that he has not completed orders of the court?
I agree.
Those orders are reasonable steps necessary to allow reunification between Mr. Kroll and Cameron?
Yes.
Would you agree with me that it was partially Mr. Kroll's responsibility when the children were removed from their home in June of 2023?
Yes.
I mean, the domestic violence was going on. There was drug use in the home.
He denied the domestic violence, but that was the allegations. And then yes, drug use by Lori, and I don't know if he was using or not. He didn't test positive at the beginning.
He has not had significant contact or regular visits with the girls in a year and 9 months.
Right, he hasn't.
And though he has a home, he has a job, we don't know if that home would be, well, stop it. Let me ask you this. When Brianna was talking to you about what was going on with Miss Kroll in late August and early September of 2024, did she tell you anything about what Mr. Kroll was doing?
Objection, Your Honor, leading and again, we can't cross-examine the child. It's not an outcry necessarily unless we can lay further foundation.
All right, sustaining Fraser.
I would argue that it's a state of mind of the child, Your Honor, that we're talking about. I'm not, we're just talking about what her state of mind was at the time of the removal concerning Mr. Kroll.
I've sustained it, so if you want to rephrase your question, you can.
Right. I'll move on.
Your Honor, I would stipulate he could ask the witness if the child had any concerns that she relayed.
And I'll ask that. Did Brianna had concerns about Mr. Kroll when she was talking to you about what was going on in late August, early September of 2024?
She did. She told me about an incident where Lori was upset and left the home, and Cash followed her out of the home and left her and Cameron and Lainey. And then they didn't even have any food or anything in the home. She's told me some other incidents too that have occurred in the past where like she's texted Cash to
Judge, at this point, I would say she's answered the question as asked.
How old was Lainey at that point in time?
Well, she would have just been like 1 or 2 months old. She was born in July.
So even though Mr. Kroll has a home, would you agree with me he has not provided evidence of a safe and stable environment for Cameron?
Correct. I mean, he hasn't had regular visitation with her or showed that he could, take care of her without having someone else there to take care of her.
Are you asking that Mr. Kroll's parental rights be terminated for Cameron at this point in time?
Yes.
And you believe that would be in the best interest of Cameron?
I do.
Why?
Because Cameron needs stability. Cameron's 8 years old. She needs to be able to live her life in the same place, not going back and forth to people's homes. She needs to be taken care of. She needs to always have food. I mean, she just needs all of her needs met. And Connie's been, doing that. It's been stable. She goes to school every day. She's happy.
Would you agree with me that it would be traumatic if Cameron and Brianna were separated at this time?
Yes, it would be traumatic for both of them. I know that Brianna wouldn't want to leave Cameron. Like she wouldn't. Well, and vice versa. I mean, Cameron wouldn't want to leave Bree either, but Brianna really worries about Cameron, and she worries about, her being left somewhere or not being taken care of. So she, feels a responsibility towards her to take care of her. And she shouldn't have to. I mean, she's still a child.
Thank you, Ms. Copic. I'll pass it with you, Sean.
Okay. Ms. Grant.
Ms. Kopic, I just want to kind of firm up these children have different needs as far as permanency. Would you agree with me?
Yes.
And so these cases, in the end, if they're severed, you have good reason and cause for making different recommendations as to each child. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And would that be because Brianna has a different support system through her father being here than the younger child has?
Yes.
Now, if Miss Crowell will be possessory in the other case, if she's able to reunite in the other case, you would trust Miss Lane to allow any contact that was in the best interest of the other child as well, correct?
Yes.
And if she were allowed to adopt the other child, Miss Lane would have the appropriate amount of control and say so in that child's life to ensure stability, the same as for Brianna.
Yes.
Okay. So there's no concerns or issues with the fact that we're making different recommendations as to each child, and those recommendations were through your job tailored to the needs of each child, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, is it fair to say that Miss Crowell very much needs to get her own stability squared away and prove that to Miss Lane before she could move forward in either case with any contact with either child?
Yes.
Do you do you have any concerns that requesting child support today would just put her further underwater in regard to being able to potentially reunify with the child that she'll have possessory conservatorship of, where she's not paying child support?
I don't have those concerns. I feel like that she should be contributing to Brianna. I mean, she should contribute to both of them, but I mean, Brianna's in all these activities. She's, in high school. She costs a lot of money right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And if are you asking for minimum wage child support? Mr. Alvey, I think asked that, but I did not. I'm not sure if he did, and I didn't hear the answer. So you asking for minimum wage?
Yes, because we don't know what her income is.
Pass the witness, Judge.
All right, Mr. Taylor.
No question, John.
Okay, Mr. Kroll, do you have questions for Ms. Kopic?
No, ma'am, not this time.
Okay, Mr. Barfield.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Copic, in regards to the parents with the exclusion of Mr. Perez, both have not completed their service plans, correct?
Correct.
That is not in the best interest of these children, is it?
No, it's not.
Included all of it.
I'm
Okay,
talking to Mr. Crowell.
Hang on, Mr. Barfield, just a minute. All right, Mr. Kroll, yeah, that's why I call on you to ask if you have questions. That's your time to participate, but not
Oh, I'm
interrupting not interrupting when someone else is speaking.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, Mr. Barfield, go ahead.
And at this time, would you agree with me that, quite frankly, both of these parents, again, all my questions are not including Mr. Perez for the record, both of these parents have basically constructively abandoned these children in the home of Miss Lane. Is that correct?
Yes.
And in fact, at this point, for the children to have contact with either of these parents is not in their best interest in regards to their emotional and psychological well-being, is it?
It's not.
And because we don't know of any type of drug use or anything like that, physical contact could be dangerous to the children based on potential drug use. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
Okay. And so, quite frankly, termination of parental rights for both Mr. Kroll and Miss Kroll would be in the best interest of these children.
Yes.
No further questions.
Okay. Mr. Albee, any further questions from Ms. Coppock?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody else have anything further for Ms. Coppock?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Kroll, this is your last opportunity to ask her any questions if you have them.
Well, Ms. Coppock, you said I did not complete my service plan.
You've completed some services. You haven't completed everything because random drug screening is one of your services.
But that's the only thing that I have not completed, correct?
And you did not complete the Padre program because you waited too long, but you did an alternative program.
Okay, no further questions.
All right, then. Anybody else have any further questions for Ms. Coppock? Okay. All right, Mr. Albee, any further witnesses?
No further witnesses, Your Honor. I'll rest.
Your Honor, before I begin, is it possible to have a breakout room, a quick break with Mr. Albee?
Sure.
And if the ad litem like to join, that's fine too.
Yeah, I want to do something real quickly. Mr. Kroll, if you'll unmute for me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you have video, Mr. Kroll?
No, ma'am. I have it on the back. My front screen's broke, but I have it on the other side. I can turn the phone around. If I can do that. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Kroll, I just want to cover a couple of things with you. You are currently not represented by an attorney, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay, do you recall a long time ago, back at our original adversary hearing, you appeared along with the other parties to the case, and you had not filled out the paperwork that had been given to you regarding a court-appointed attorney request. And you wanted to reset that adversary hearing. In fact, all three parents were in that same situation. Do you recall that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. And do you recall me admonishing not only you, but the other parents that you needed to get that done, get it to me so I could look at it and see if you qualified?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we reset the adversary hearing for a later date. Based on that request. At that time, I still hadn't seen any paperwork from you. And in fact, when we got to our status hearing, I again questioned you about whether you were going to fill that out, send it in, and let me look at it. And at that time, do you recall telling me that you were going to retain an attorney?
I was trying to, yes, ma'am, at the time.
Okay. All right. And then moving on down later in our case, it was at our initial permanency hearing that I again questioned you about that, and you told me that you had hired Jomar Wilson.
I did, yes, ma'am. I do. I could not pay his retainer.
Well, okay, you told me you had hired him, but he never appeared. He never appeared in the case on your behalf. So did you? So you never did pay him a retainer fee. Is that correct?
I paid him an initial fee, but I couldn't get to come up with all the $7,000 that I needed at the time.
All right, and then I didn't see you. You didn't appear for quite several hearings after that. So I didn't have obviously you weren't there, so I didn't discuss it with you further, but, I then until today, I hadn't seen you at any subsequent hearings in this case. So today, as we sit, hang on a minute, as we sit here today, I've never received a request from you for to consider whether you qualified for a court-appointed attorney, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And sitting here today, you've not retained an attorney.
Not this time, no.
Okay. All right. Okay, then, Ms. Grant. All right, Ms. Kroll, if there's something else you want to say, I'm going to let you put it on the record if it relates to this issue and only to this issue right now.
Yes, ma'am. Well, on the other cases, I've never got a link from Cassie or anybody about she told me the last hearing was, I guess, was like in November or December, I think, but I've never got a link from that at all to appear in that, or I would have been.
Well, did you ever try to contact my office or look at our online dockets?
I have tried to contact y'all like twice, but no, ma'am, I haven't looked on the docket.
All right. I mean, you have the case number, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You know what court it's filed in?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever go down to the courthouse there in Armstrong County and ask them to look anything up for you?
No, ma'am, I did not.
All right. Okay, then. All right, Ms. Grant, we will take a short break and I'll let you just want you and Mr. Alvey in a breakout room?
Yeah, and if the ad litem wants to come in, he can. That's fine too.
All right. Let me assign you all there. Everybody else can just take a short restroom break, refill your beverage, whatever you choose to do at this time. So, okay, let's see. Got to find everybody in here. All right, there you are.
Sorry, Mr. Alvey, my device went dead, but we were done. I knew, so sorry about that.
All right. All right, Mr. Alvey, did you rested, correct?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Grant.
Your Honor, I have no witnesses.
All right, do you rest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Kroll. All right, Mr. Kroll.
Yes, I'd join in the Department, Mr. Alvey's request on behalf of the department that Brandon's case be severed out and that the joint managing conservatorship agreement be ordered between him and Ms. Lane, and I have nothing further, no further witnesses to call, nothing further.
All right, Mr. Taylor, you rest then?
Yes.
All right, Mr.
And Your Honor, obviously, I agree with the severing of the cases, but without my client here, I can't agree to the conservatorship. It would be in her best interest I do so, but I can't do that without her here. Sorry.
I understand. Okay, Mr. Kroll, if you'll unmute for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Kroll, since you don't have an attorney, I'm going to allow you to testify in the narrative. This doesn't just go on forever, but if there are things that you want to tell me, this is your opportunity to do that.
Yes, ma'am. I asked for leniency for me, and I guess, my ignorance of getting my services done. If I need to take more drug tests, because I don't do drugs or anything like that, I think in best interest of Cameron would be to not remove me as a parent from her. I do pay child support around $280 a week for Cameron. And I love my daughter, and I'd love to be able to still be in her life. And I was asked for the court to give leniency and of trying to terminate my rights.
What efforts did you make, Mr. Kroll, to get visitation with Cameron during the case?
I did regular visits until they said like it was about June, whenever of last year. And then I would see Cameron. Lori would allow me to see Cameron, but then the caseworker, Jennifer, changed my days from Friday at 4 till Tuesday at noon. and I just couldn't make the time. That's legitimately on me. I couldn't make the time at Tuesday at 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock to make it to Clarendon every Tuesday to see Cameron, because it was in Claude before that.
Well, did you ask them to adjust that time?
Yes, I did. I asked them if we go back to the Friday at 4, and they said that she had other children that she had to have. That was their visitation times, was that time.
All right. So did you just at that point just throw in the towel and just decide you wouldn't see Cameron, or?
Lori allowed me to see Cameron on some days, but on the aspect of the visitations, yes, ma'am, I guess I didn't go to them.
Okay, and when you refer to Lori, you're talking about the mother, Lorella.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, and I'm just doing that for a record to make sure everybody knows who we're talking about. So when she had the possession of the children during the case, she allowed you to see them some.
Yes, ma'am. And then whenever she got them back, the girls lived with me. Lori wasn't around. She her and the baby, I don't know where they were. It was pretty much just me and the girls. They were here for about, I'd say almost 3 to 4 weeks. And then then Lori took them back in August, whenever all this happened again.
In other words, when they were removed again from her care.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you allowed St. Francis to come to your home and to see your home?
Yes, ma'am. Cassie came last week, I believe it was. She came then, and in October or November, she came in as well. And she came into my home.
Okay. And why didn't you go drug test when they asked you to drug test? I mean, you knew that was you knew that was required, correct?
Yes, ma'am. And
Okay.
there's really no excuse. I should have went and done it. And most of the time, I'd get up there after 4 or 5, and they don't do it. I think it's 3:30 or 4. They quit doing it, and that's just I neglected to go do it. But if the court allows it, if I need to go take one once a week or once a month, I'm more than willing to do it.
So it just seems like you've had problems making time to do things that needed to be done for Cameron.
Yes, ma'am. On some things, yes. On that, I do own a water well service. I do have 6 employees, and I didn't take the time to go do the necessary steps. I've completed everything else on my parenting thing or whatever they've asked me to do, except I guess to go take that drug test in November, because that was the first time I've heard from Cassie since June.
Well, would you agree with me that children's needs aren't always convenient with
Yes,
our
ma'am, I do.
work responsibilities and the other things that we have to do in life?
Yes, ma'am, they should come first.
Okay. Couldn't have said it better myself. And you understand why that causes some real concern when we are looking at who's going to be responsible for that child's needs moving forward. Who's going to make sure that child gets to school on time? Who's going to make sure if the child, has an accident at school and breaks an arm, who's going to make sure they get emergency medical care? And,
Yes, ma'am.
You'd agree that there are things that happen with children that can't wait.
Yes, ma'am. And before this all happened, I was the one that took Cameron and Brianna to school every day, picked them up from school every day at 3:45, and cared for them. And because I had no recollection whenever Lori did fail that test for methamphetamines. I did not know she was on drugs at that time.
Were you living together then?
She was staying here off and on. She'd come and go. You know, and whenever CPS came that first time, they were going to allow me to keep the kids, but I didn't really understand the CPS lady that came because they said if I'd kick Lori out of the house, I could keep the children. I'm like, well, why do I have to kick somebody out of the house? But I didn't really understand what they were talking about until all this went down.
Well, did it concern you that the mother of the children was coming and going and coming and, I mean,
Very much so, and I just knew that the kids were safe, and that's pretty much was my concern back then. It still is.
well,
But
would you agree with me that the children are quite safe with their grandmother?
they are at the moment, yes, ma'am.
Have they ever not been safe with their grandmother?
Not that I can recall, unless Lori and her mother were fighting or arguing.
You understand that the children have certain wishes in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you understand what Mr. Barfield's role is in this case?
Is he the Adam? Is he the?
He's the children's attorney.
Yes, ma'am. The Adam. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you understand we have CASA involved in this case.
And I have never spoken to CASA about anything.
You understand that CASA is those are extra eyes on the children and to make sure the children's needs are being advocated for.
Yes, ma'am. But I have never spoken to the Aladdin, or I think I did the CASA one time back in August of 2023.
Well, I mean, you understand there was a pretty long period of time, Mr. Kroll, that we just didn't see you at all. I mean, you didn't appear for hearings. All of those hearings have been by Zoom. Every one of them has been by Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
So you didn't, I mean, it wasn't like you even had to come to the courthouse to personally appear for those. You could have, you got a phone, you could have called into those. I mean, nobody was hearing from you for a long period of time.
Yes, ma'am.
And can you understand why that would cause me a great deal of consternation about, well, where is this man? And why is he not trying to be more involved in his child's life? Why is he not beating down the door to do what he needs to do to mitigate why we're here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there anything else you want to tell me about?
No, ma'am. I just asked to please don't remove my parental rights, and if there's something else I can do to prove it to you that I am capable of having my daughter, then please let me know.
All right, then, Mr. Kroll, then this is the time where I ask you, do you have any other witnesses that you want to call today?
No, ma'am. Not anybody that's on this call. No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other documents or any other kind of evidence that you want to put on today?
No, ma'am, I do not.
All right, sir. Then at this point in time, if you have nothing further than you would normally, then you would tell me that you're going to rest your case. Do you rest your case at this time?
Yes, ma'am, I do. And if I have a question though, if it doesn't go the way I hope it goes, then is there any way to appeal it?
You need to discuss that with an attorney, Mr. Kroll.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
I can't give you legal advice.
Yes, ma'am.
I will admonish I'll admonish everybody at the conclusion of this hearing about some things about appeal, but I would recommend that's something that you would take up with an attorney. Okay, then, Mr. Barfield, any witnesses to present?
I have no witnesses, Your Honor, just a recommendation to the court.
All right, do you rest?
I do so.
All right, then. Okay, Mr. Barfield, I'm ready to entertain your recommendation, and then we'll hear from CASA.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I want to,
You're muted.
there we go. I want to first of all commend Mr. Perez for stepping up to the plate as a non-offending parent and making the agreement that he made. It is my recommendation that he and Miss Lane be named joint managing conservators of Brianna, and that the department be dismissed out of that case and severance take place. In regards to Brianna, it's my recommendation that both parents' parental rights be terminated. And that is also my recommendation.
Brianna, wait. With respect to Brianna or Cameron?
Both. I'm recommending termination in both cases, Judge.
Okay, but not, you said both parents with respect to Brianna, that's Mr. Perez.
I apologize. Mr. Perez, I approve the joint managing conservatorship agreement as to Mr. Perez.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. In regards to the other two parents, I am recommending termination of parental rights as to both children. In regard, the department maintain the placement with Miss Lane for the purpose of Miss Lane at some point of getting licensing to potentially adopt if that's the direction it goes. I appreciate what Mr. Kroll has said in this hearing, but actions speak louder than words, and I'm sorry he's just too late to the party. These girls have been in care close to 700 days, and popping in for the final hearing, offering excuses is just not sufficient for these girls' stability and well-being or in their best interests. I understand there's been some testimony in regards to mom maintaining possessory conservator in regards to Cameron. I do not believe that's in the best interest. She's not even here at the final hearing. And I believe that this child deserves stability. So that's kind of where I'm at, Judge.
Okay, and let me clarify again, Mr. Barfield, you said possessory conservator with respect to Cameron. Did you mean Brianna?
I meant that.
Okay. All right then. CASA.
We're in agreement with the department, Your Honor. Bree is very vocal about what she's wanting. She's been vocal since the beginning of any concern she's had, or any issues she's had. I think they're doing really good at Grandma's house. She keeps them very involved. Bree is involved in everything, and Cameron is kind of following her footsteps, and they're both doing really well with Grandma.
Thank you so much. Okay, y'all give me just a couple minutes. All right, at this time regarding Brianna, I find by clear and convincing evidence it is in the best interest of the child to terminate the parental rights between the child and her mother, Lorella Crowell, based on Texas Family Code, Section 161.001, subsection B1, the D, N, and O grounds, and the best interest under 161.001 B2. I will name the father, Pedro Perez, and the grandmother, Connie Lane, as the joint managing conservators of Brianna, and Ms. Lane will have the right to establish the primary residence of the child. Visitation between Mr. Perez and the child will be as Ms. Lane and he agree upon. I'm going to order Mr. Perez to pay $700 a month in child support to Ms. Lane, and also to put the child on his health insurance through his job. I'm putting that a little below guideline support because of the distance that Mr. Perez has to travel to exercise visitation with the child. And so I want him to have some a little additional resource to be able to do that so that he and Brianna can see each other on a regular basis. I will sever out Brianna's case and dismiss the department and all court-appointed attorneys from that case. So the department will not be named further in that case, or as far as Brianna is concerned. All right, regarding Cameron, I find by clear and convincing evidence it's in the best interest of the child to terminate the parental rights between the child and her mother, Lorella Kroll, based on Texas Family Code 161.001 B1, the D, N, and O grounds, and the best interest Texas Family Code Section 161.001 subsection B2. I likewise find by clear and convincing evidence it's in the best interest of Cameron to terminate the parental rights between the child and her father, Cash Kroll, on the same grounds, D, N, and O, and the best interest of the child. At this time, I'll name the department as permanent managing conservator of Cameron. I'll dismiss all court-appointed attorneys after the de novo and appellate timeframes expire, with the exception of Mr. Barfield, who will remain as Cameron's attorney and guardian ad litem. CASA, I put this to you, but quite frankly, I mean, I think that Cameron's in a very, very good situation, and your services really might be useful in another case. Do you feel strongly about remaining in the case, or are you good to be dismissed at this time?
We were going to let you decide on this one, so we're fine being dismissed. We agree.
Oh.
She's in a great placement.
Okay, I just feel like your resources can be better used with other children in another case. So
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate everything that CASA has done, and so we will dismiss you at this time. Mr. Kroll, I hope you understand that my job is to do what is in the best interest of the children and to try to assure that the children have permanency and stability. And at this time, I think Cameron's permanency and stability is best served with her grandmother. In spite of my ruling, you know, it will be at some point up to Ms. Lane about whether or not you or the mother would have any kind of continued contact with this child, or the mother even for that matter with Brianna. But, you know, I suggest it's time for you and the mother both to grow up, step up, and you know, consider that children have to be our first priority. And so your child in this case, and Brianna, are my first priority. And so I am doing what I think achieves the greatest stability and permanency for them both. All right, then, for those still involved, we'll have a review hearing on June 10th of 2025. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. Council, as always, be advised that your de novo timeframe does begin to run since I've rendered an open court today. And should you decide to file a notice of appeal on behalf of the client, or if Mr. Kroll decides to file, then do not file that notice of appeal until a final order has been signed in this case and adopted by the referring court. That just causes trouble over with the Court of Appeals. So it's so much simpler if you'll just wait till you know you've seen that finalized order. Okay, then, I appreciate everybody's time today. Everyone is free to go. I'll resume my docket this afternoon at 1:30, so it's on this same Zoom link. So I'll just leave this feed up since it's only about a little more than 30 minutes away.
And Your Honor, just for clarification, since there are previous child support orders as to Cameron, are both parents terminated and no child support ordered moving forward?
There's no child support ordered in the future. Any arrears that they may have obviously are not affected by this.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you all very much. Wish everybody the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
All right, Jody, we'll have a quick lunch break and I'll see you back here in just a bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Judge, could you put myself, Tessa Weston, and Stacy Brown in a room together, please?
Okay, who'd you say? I'm sorry.
Stacy Brown and Tessa Weston.
Okay. All right, we're here in each case. We were set for a final on each case. We are conducting these hearings through Zoom. We're live streaming, and Ms. Goodman is making our record. right, I just had Kelsey White come into the waiting room. Is she here for this?
Kelsey's on the adversary after this,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and take announcements then.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present, ready, Your Honor.
Lori Glisson on behalf of the mother, Jessica Roberson, Your Honor, we're present, ready.
Stacy Zabala on behalf of the children.
Dashi Casa.
All right, and for the record, Mr. Garcia is not present in Casey's case, nor his attorney, Mr. Harwood. My recollection is that both parents have now relinquished in that case. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. So today, are we all in agreement? We're going to move forward on a prove up in that case.
Yes, ma'am. I've not heard any objection to that. That's my understanding, Your Honor.
Okay.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. And then in on Hale's case, Mr. Ramos, the alleged father in that case, is not present today. All right.
And Judge, also, just for the record, on Nayeli's case, Mr. Hardwood and Mr. Garcia are also a party to that case. He was involved in that case and we severed the cases, so they're actually parties in KC's and Nayeli's case.
Okay. Is he also father of Nayeli?
Yes, ma'am. And he relinquished on that too. His relinquishment involved both children.
Oh, okay. All right.
So depending on where we go today, depends on what we'll do with that case.
Yeah, I guess when we got them severed, right, I need to just make a note, but
Yes, ma'am.
okay. All right then. Excuse me. I know that in the two cases we have the issue about the department was wanting to push out the final and to continue monitoring for a period of time.
Yes,
the
ma'am.
mother, Ms. Roberson, objected to that. So just kind of in the interest of time, let's go ahead and let me just take up the department's motion for continuance. Our dismissal date is not until July 11th of this year. So, Mr. Trout, if you want to go ahead and argue your motion for continuance, and then I'll allow everybody to respond.
Yes, Your Honor. Department would like to move the final out due to, we're still having some issues with attendance at school with Angel, the youngest. Also, Angel's father or alleged father in that case has recently, I believe at the end of February, been released from jail in Oklahoma. My worker was just able to contact him on Friday. He has not been in contact with us since he got out of jail until she contacted him on Friday. We don't know exactly if he's willing to work in that case or what he is willing to do. He didn't say a whole lot in his communication with her on that day. It is just my understanding from what I've been hearing that mom's plan is, if we get out of these cases, is to go back to Oklahoma and to reconcile with him. We have no way of knowing anything about him as he's been in jail throughout the life of this case up to this point. So we still have concerns there. We still have concerns with mom's stability at this time. We've had issues where kids and mom have been sick. At times, St. Francis has had to purchase groceries for mom within the last month as she was not working for being sick and didn't have food in the house. So we still have some stability issues and some care issues along with the education issues that we want to make sure are stable before we are out of the case, Your Honor. I also have a witness I would like to call. She took her time to be with us today. The vice principal at the school that Angel is at, as far as his attendance records.
Okay. So it's the department's understanding that she's wanting to relocate to Oklahoma.
That is what I've been advised, Your Honor, that is her plan. I don't know when she plans on doing that, but that is my understanding is the plan. And if the court will allow us the latitude to call a couple of witnesses, we can find out more on that.
Your Honor, can I state something now, or do you need me to wait?
No, that's fine. You can go ahead and kind of just give me an overview, and then we can actually call witnesses or whatever we
Okay.
need to do.
Your Honor, I had sent out some exhibits to the parties, the attorneys, and to Rachel. The dates that they're alleging that he did miss school, Ms. Roberson has provided doctor's notes. He had COVID, he had fever, COVID and strep, he had pink eye and COVID, so that's why he was missing school. You know how the schools are, if your child has fever, they will send him home. She tried to drop him off a couple, when she thought he was better, she tried to drop him off and they called her right back. And so he also got hurt at school, and the school didn't let her know until after the fact. So she took him to the doctor. I mean, they hit him on his ear, his skull. So he was out for a few days, and she provided that note. I didn't have a copy to send out to everyone, but I believe she did. The school has those notes, and she didn't. I'm assuming maybe CPS or the department has those. As far as she's always worked. Yeah, she did struggle because she had COVID too, so she got a little bit behind. But the kids were placed back with her in December. She's been able, she works, she takes care of these kids, she takes them to and from school, and she's done everything that's been asked of her, and she just wants to be able to just move on. She's worked really hard, and we're just asking the court to just be done today. And I will add, Your Honor, you had stated at the last hearing that that if Angel were to stay in counseling, you didn't want his counseling sessions, to mess with him, getting to school. Well, she did take him during the spring break because it wouldn't interfere with school. She took him to one session. She advises that they tried to set it up again yesterday, but she told them no because it would interfere with school again. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at.
Okay.
Your Honor? My question going forward is where the status of the criminal charges are. It's my understanding there may still be some jail time as a possibility, and my concern is what the plan with the kids would be if that happens, and maybe it won't happen.
Your Honor, I can address that, or Ms. Roberson can address that. It's my understanding that that probation is on the table at this time. I don't know the amount. I think they're trying to negotiate the amount of probation, but as far as jail time, that doesn't seem like that's something that's, I'm not gonna say 100% because I don't know, but it's her understanding that her attorney's trying to negotiate the least amount of probation as possible.
Those charges in Potter County?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. And there's 3 pending charges, Your Honor. 2 of them are misdemeanors. They involve Brooklyn, the child that has aged out of care. The one case, which is the felony case, is a injury to a child, and that involves Nayeli.
And that was the case that started this CPS case, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's what led to the removal.
Right. Does Miss Robertson then has a criminal attorney on that?
Yes, she does.
Who's representing her on that?
Cody Pirtle.
Ms. Robertson, do you have a court date set?
April 8th we go, but we're not going to do the trial or the 6 months of state jail. I actually go meet up with him tomorrow, and we're going to discuss it. So he said more than likely 2 to 5 on probation.
Is that a plea date, or is that like just a docket call, or what do you have on that date? Do you know?
It's supposed to be a jury trial date, but we're not taking it to trial or anything. So I just go in and then that's it. That's what I've been doing.
But you're up for trial?
They say, well, it's not actual trial.
You understand, Your Honor, it's my understanding that she's on the jury trial docket, but now once she gets her final offer, that she would go in and do her plea as opposed to proceed to trial.
Yeah.
And we think that's going to happen April 8th?
April 8th. I'm supposed to talk to him tomorrow about probation, and he says that he already emailed the DA. So all I got to do is go see what he says. And that's tomorrow morning at 9.
Right.
And Your Honor, I think Ms. Lucero answered this, but I'm just looking in Odyssey right now. It is April 8th is set as a jury trial date, is what it is.
Okay.
But normally if they don't proceed on that day, they can set it for a plea on a different date or plea on that date.
Yeah, I understand. Is she number 1 on the docket?
I don't think I am.
Okay.
Usually when I do that, for the last months that I've been doing it, it says jury trial, but I go in, my attorney's not there, and then they let me wait just to check in and then leave.
Okay. All right, then I'll go ahead and let y'all present witnesses and exhibits and things on the issue of the continuance. Because it is just, we're still considering the continuance, let's try to keep it as relevant and as short as we can.
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, I'd first call Ray Cruz. Okay. And at your school, do y'all keep regular attendance records?
Yes.
And do y'all keep those in the regular course of business?
Yes,
And do you have access to those records?
I do.
And are you a custodian of record for those records?
Yes, sir.
Have you reviewed the attendance records of Angel?
Yes, pretty consistently.
Okay. What can you tell us how many days at this point he has missed throughout the school year?
39 days.
Okay. And is that 39 from the very beginning in August?
Yes.
Okay. Now he was reunited, placed back in the home with his mother at the end of October.
Correct.
From August to the end of October, how many days of school did he miss or absences did he have?
He had 4 absences.
Okay. So from August until the end of October, he had 4.
Yes.
Okay. Since the end of October till now, how many absences has he had?
35.
Okay. And that has been since he's been back in mom's custody.
Yes, from my understanding, Halloween is when she got custody of him.
Okay. Or possession of him, I should say. Okay. How many of those have been excused?
We have 19, well, 23 total.
Okay, 23 total and so 16 unexcused?
Correct.
Okay. Did you receive, I just emailed it out. I don't know if you've had time to check your email. Did you receive what I sent out just now that's marked exhibit number 1?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell me what that is?
This is his attendance report that shows the comments of the reasons why he was absent.
Okay. And this is something that you pulled and you have sent me?
Correct.
Okay. So did I alter anything on this document?
No, sir.
Is it an accurate document of what you said?
It is. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 1. It's the attendance record that Ms. Cruz just testified to.
Any objection?
No objection.
No objection.
All right, petitioner's exhibit 1 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Cruz, do you have, I know Ms. Lucero has sent out documentation of doctor's excuses. Does the school have copies of those excuses?
Yes.
Okay. Now you and I spoke earlier and you mentioned that there was a note turned over back in February that gave you concern. Is that correct?
Yes, that was just the one you mentioned. You didn't have documentation for one of the absences, and that's the absence that we received a falsified doctor's note.
Okay. And you said it was falsified. Did you check into that?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to object to hearsay.
When I received the
hold on, Ms. Cruz.
Hang on, Ms. Cruz. Okay. Sustain.
Okay. Did y'all accept that as a excused absence for a doctor's note?
No, sir.
So that one was unexcused?
Correct.
Out of all the excuse that y'all have had since January, the beginning of the semester, have all of the absences been excused for this year?
No, not since January. A majority have been.
Okay. Do y'all have a truancy agreement with mom?
Yes, I started an attendance contract with her in December, and that was set to expire in this month.
Okay. But you're still having issues with attendance at this time, is that correct?
Yes, during that attendance contract, he did have some absences that were unexcused, and so we had to set up a truancy workshop with Ms. Roberson.
Okay, and tell me what a truancy workshop is.
A truancy workshop is just where the parent will attend and we go through just the importance of attendance and what that means for the child, and just kind of explaining procedures, next steps if the child continues to miss school, whether
Okay.
that be a court hearing or anything like that.
Okay, and truancy workshops, are they tied to the truancy agreement?
Yes, so the agreement, when we do the agreement, if they don't meet that agreement, then the next step is a truancy workshop.
Okay. Have you set up a truancy workshop with mom?
We did for March 4th.
Okay. And did mom attend that truancy workshop?
No, sir.
Okay. Did she call ahead and advise that she was not going to be there?
No, I wasn't made aware. The truancy workshop is held at the district office, and they called to let me know that she didn't show up, and he hadn't heard from her.
Okay. So we have a truancy agreement with Angel for him not to have unexcused absences. If those absences happen, you have a truancy workshop.
Correct.
Okay. And up to this point, he has missed school with unexcused absences, and mom no-showed the truancy workshop.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When is the next truancy workshop available?
There's not another truancy workshop available with the district.
Okay. And when you say not another, that's for this school year?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Has there been a determination of what the next steps are?
We have a protocol, so we've sent out another 10-day letter, and then they send another 20-day letter after the 10 days. So I think our 20-day letter should go out this week.
Okay. And what do you mean by a 10-day and a 20-day letter?
It's just notification, letting parents know about the attendance issue and whether we need to take them to attendance truancy court.
Okay.
Just giving them another opportunity to correct
Okay.
behavior.
What makes the determination on whether you end up going to truancy court or not?
Really continued absences, and also we have to take that to an attendance committee with the district so we can make that determination.
Okay. When does that committee meet?
Let's see, let me look when. Sorry, I'm looking at, so the last 3 unexcused absences were March 7th, 21st, and 24th. So I typically pull my reports on Tuesdays. Today is Tuesday, and I haven't done that yet. So we would probably meet within the next week.
Okay. And then the determination will be made.
Yes.
And you said one of his last unexcused was yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Cruz. I'll pass the witness at this time, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Lucero?
Thank you. Ms. Cruz, I'm looking at this exhibit that was sent out, I guess, on his attendance record, and I'm looking from January 13th forward. And so in looking at that on January the 21st, well, there's the 13th, the 14th, 15th, 17th. Those weren't, was he considered absent? Let me be specific. On January the 17th, he arrived at 10:02. Was he absent for the day then?
He was.
Okay, but he was actually there. He was just late, but he was in attendance that day, right?
Yes, looks like he showed up at 10:02.
Okay, all right then. And then on January 21st, 2025, it says called in per mom.
Right.
So she was calling in saying that he would not be in attendance. Is that right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes,
then on the 31st, it says a doctor's note per mom. Right?
correct.
Now, I guess maybe you wrote on this. It says on the 5th of February. Do you see that one?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you aware that I guess Ankit had was hurt there while he was in the care of the school? Were you aware of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So did he miss some days due to that, him getting injured at school?
Yes, he didn't miss that day. He stayed through that day, but he did miss the following.
Okay. And were you aware that no one from the school let either CPS or Ms. Roberson know that he'd been injured at school?
I haven't looked that up, but usually if there's an injury, parents are notified.
Okay. And she sent a note to the school saying that he was going to be out of school due to that injury. Is that correct?
She sent us a doctor's note via email that he was out.
Okay. All right then. And then I'm going to go on down to February the 18th. I guess Ms. Roberson was sick with bronchitis and was unable to bring him to school. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then from the 19th through, I guess, let's see, February 19th through the missed dates that I'm referring to through February 28th of 2025, he had doctor's notes, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then on the 6th of March, she was out, mother was out sick with fever and she said she couldn't bring him in. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, March the 7th and the 21st and the 24th left voicemail. Does that mean that y'all called her or she called y'all?
That means we were trying to contact mom to find out if he was, what the deal was, why he wasn't here.
Right, I understand. Okay. All right. I just want to be clear on that because I didn't understand that either. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this contract with Jessica, there was a contract and then y'all re-entered a second contract. Is that right?
No, we just had one. We've only had one contract that was from December 18th, and it was supposed to expire March 18th. But then we still had absences, so then that's when we set up the truancy workshop.
And whenever y'all have that contract, do y'all take into consideration when there's a doctor's notes, or do y'all count those still as absences that this contract?
No, the contract does state that it require every absence will require a doctor's note.
I'll pass the witness.
All right. Ms. Zavala?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Trout, anything further of this witness?
Real quick, Ms. Crease. February 2nd, February 6th, and February 7th, those absences that says child was injured while at school and he was out for a few days, those are unexcused at this point, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the 7th, 21st, and 24th are all unexcused at this point. March 6th, March 7th, March 21st, and March 24th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the last little over 2 months, we have, was it around 21 days total with 15 excused and 6 unexcused absences?
Yes, 21 days.
Okay. As an educator, and in the field that you're in, is that a lot of absences, whether excused or not, for 2 months?
Yes. Typically, in the state of Texas, I believe it's 20% of days is, is excessive. And that would be 20% of the school year, which is 18 days. And that's when typically we would kind of meet to determine how are the grades, what does it look like? Do we need to retain the student because they're so far behind? So if 20% is when we meet, when a committee meets to do something like that, then yes, the 21 days in these last couple of months is excessive.
Okay. And you said around 18 days in a year. So right now we're over double of what is kind of acceptable. Is that correct?
Well, we're over the 20%. Yes.
Yes. Okay. And when you say whether you would retain the student, does that mean hold back in the grade? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is that a concern right now with Angel?
Partially, I've met with the classroom teacher just to kind of look at where he is. He is given opportunity to make up his work, and so a lot of the instruction that he's getting is through makeup work, or the teacher having to pull him back and do one-on-one. Right now, his grades are not at a place where he's failing, but he is behind.
Okay. Thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Anybody else have any further questions for Ms.
Your Honor,
Cruz?
I do. Ms. Ray, as far as his grades, I know he's young. I mean, does he have number grades? Does he have letter grades, or what does he have?
They have number grades.
Okay. And so in reviewing your records, you said he's not failing anything. Is that correct?
Currently, he's not. And if you'll give me just a second, I can pull that up.
Okay. And while you're looking that up, may I ask, or do you know, has AJ been diagnosed with dyslexia?
Give me one moment. I'm so sorry. No, I don't have him as a dyslexic student.
Okay. All right. Now, what's the school's policy regarding if a child's running fever, can they attend school?
No, if they're running fever at school or at home, they may not return for 24 hours after the fever is gone.
Okay. So let's say that he's out with a doctor's note, just a child's out with the doctor's note, and they're supposed to be able to come back on Friday. They're out with the doctor's note to Thursday, but then they're running a fever that night. Can the parents send them to school on Friday morning?
They should not.
Okay. So if they miss that next day after they're released from the doctor because they're still running fever, the parent would just needs to be responsible, keep them out of school, and then send them whenever they're fever free. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm sorry, you probably already answered my question, but I didn't write it down. Did you, he's not failing any classes at this time? How did you respond to that? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No, he is currently not failing any classes at this time.
Do you have there in your records any days that Angel was sent home or Uncle was sent home for having fever at school?
One moment. No, he's not. He was sent home. February 24th of this year is the only time we've sent him home.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'll pass the witness.
Sorry. Okay. Anybody else have any questions for Ms. Cruz?
I have no further questions, Chairman.
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection to Ms. Cruz leaving us and going on about her day?
No objection.
Your Honor.
No objection.
All right. Ms. Cruz, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate you logging in and joining us. You're free to go at this time.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Cruz.
you.
I appreciate your help.
All right. Mr. Trout, any further witnesses on this topic?
I'd call Tessa Weston real quick, Your Honor. How are you familiar with those cases?
I have been the worker on the case for the past few months now.
Okay. So you took over the case, correct?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. When you took over the case, Angel's father, where was he?
He was incarcerated in Oklahoma.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I should say alleged father at this time. I don't believe he's been adjudicated. So he was in Oklahoma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know what he was incarcerated for?
Yes, sir.
And what was that?
It's for an offense with alcohol, driving under the influence.
Okay. And he'd been incarcerated throughout the life of this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When did he get out?
The end of February.
Okay. And did he contact you when he got out of jail?
He did not.
Okay. Were you able to contact him?
Yes, I was.
When was that?
Friday, March 21st.
Okay. And what was your conversation like with Dad at that time?
He was just very kind of non-responsive. He didn't have a lot to say. He wasn't dismissive so much as he just wasn't forthcoming. I explained what I was calling him about, and he just really didn't have much to say. I asked him if he had any questions. He did not, and the conversation was just very short.
Did you try to discuss service plans with him, whether he was planning on doing any services now that he is out of jail, or if he was able to do any services while he was in jail?
Yes, sir. I asked about services with him that I could start with him or work with him on, and he just again wasn't responsive to my questions.
He didn't state one way or the other whether he wanted to work services or didn't want to work?
No, sir, he did not.
Okay. Have you had conversations with mom, Jessica Robertson, about Jose Ramos?
Yes, sir, I have.
How did you get the number to contact him?
She provided that number to me.
Has mom stated what her intentions are with dad? Is she plan on staying in Texas? Does she plan on going to Oklahoma? Has she stated to you what she wants to do?
She does want to go back to Oklahoma.
Okay. And did she tell you that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it your understanding her intention is to, I don't know if the right word's reconcile, but to go be with Jose Ramos?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have we had the opportunity to check in with him other than the one phone call you've had with him on where he is living? If it is a safe conditions for two children to go to?
No, sir. I have not had that opportunity.
Do you know where he is living at this time?
I do not.
Do you know, did he tell you what town he was living in?
No, sir.
Did he give you an address or any other way to contact him?
No, sir.
Did he state whether he was living with somebody or living alone?
No, sir.
Do you still have concerns of the department getting out of the case at this time?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe it is in the best interest of the children at this time for the department to stay in for a little while longer to try to make sure mom has stability and that Angel stays straight with school and that we have an opportunity to check out Jose Ramos and to see what his intentions are?
Yes, sir.
And you believe that's in the best interest of these two children?
Yes, sir.
Did St. Francis have to help mom provide food for the children?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when was that?
The end of February.
Okay. Why did the department need to buy, y'all bought groceries for mom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And why did the department need to do that?
She had started a new job and it was kind of that gap period between going from one job to the next, not having that paycheck yet. I had been alerted by the school that there was some concerns for AJ had started saying they didn't have food at
I'll
home.
object to hearsay.
Sustained.
You had a report.
Yes.
Did you follow up with mom?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And did you have a conversation with mom about food in the house?
Yes.
Okay.
And she stated that they go over to her mom's her grandma's, I'm sorry, to have dinner and eat quite a bit. And she would rather not do that she'd rather just eat at home because of that environment sometimes. And so I explained to her that St. Francis can provide some concrete services if she would like them.
But at that time, there was not sufficient food in the house for mom and children.
That's correct.
Okay. And so the St. Francis paid for and bought groceries for the household.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that a concern with you at this time in the case with two children at the home that the Department of St. Francis is having to provide food for the children still?
Yes, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. LaSure?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Weston, how long have you been on the case, or have you been the permanency specialist for these children?
Since the second week in January.
Okay. So you've had a chance to, I guess, become familiar with the case and read reports and updates, things like that. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you're aware that throughout the pendency of this case, Ms. Robertson has worked, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And she's been able to provide herself with a place to live, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then she was able to get that set up so the kids could be returned to her. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And was there a point in time in February, into February that they were struggling with COVID and pink eye and everything at that house?
Yes, ma'am.
And was, so did that keep Miss Roberson from working?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so would you, or could you agree with me that it was just maybe like a week or so that they were struggling, but otherwise she's been able to provide for her children and for herself through the pendency of this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, now we're at the end of March. You stated that you provided that help to them at the end of February. Has she been able to provide for her children ever since?
Yes, ma'am.
And so as far as stability, I know that there's been an issue with AJ and going to school, but have you talked with Jessica regarding his missed absences, his sicknesses, and things like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when AJ was hurt at school, how did you find out that he'd been hurt at school?
And Jessica told me.
Okay. All right. And did she provide any kind of documentation from the doctor's office regarding that injury to you?
The school sent me the note.
Okay. All right. Did you check on AJ after you became aware of that, of him getting hurt at school?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you concerned that the school hadn't let the department know?
Not that they hadn't let the department know. I was concerned that they hadn't informed Jessica that day.
Okay. Now, has Jessica informed you like about Oklahoma? Has she shared with you that that there was a time that she lived in Oklahoma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did she tell you what? Do you know what town Mr. Jose Ramos is located in?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did she share with you she just felt like maybe it was just a better environment for her kids, that she did better when she's in Oklahoma? Has she ever shared that with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's not that she just wants to run back to Oklahoma to be Mr. Ramos. She just feels that it would be a better environment for her kids if she was away from Amarillo. Is that correct? Or has she shared that with you? I should ask it that way.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And she was cooperative to you. She provided Mr. Ramos's phone number when you asked her for it. Did she not?
She didn't ask. I didn't ask her for it. She just provided it.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Vaughn?
Your Honor, I have no questions.
Okay. All right. Anything further of this witness, Mr. Trout?
Nothing further this witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Any additional witnesses on as far as your motion for continuance?
Not at this time, Your Honor. No, ma'am. No more
All right.
other witnesses.
Okay. Ms. Lucero?
Your Honor, I'd call my client, Jessica Roberson, please.
All right. Ms. Roberson, unmute. See, raise your right.
Jessica, I don't believe that you have the exhibit that Mr. Trout had was admitted, Exhibit 1. Do you have any kind of printout from the school about Angel's or Angel's missed days at school?
The only one I got was the one from before the other court, the last court.
Okay. Now, do you recall when we were here at the last time that that there were concerns about Angel missing school? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And did you hear the vice principal or the principal's testimony as she and Mr. Trout and she and I also went through the missed dates? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now there's some dates, quite a few of those dates have a note that you provided to the school regarding Angel being sick or have gone to the doctor. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you provide 4 different notes to me?
To you, yes.
Okay.
And actually,
okay, hold on just a second. Are those what are those? I mean, not what do they contain, but what are those 4 notes? What are they?
Do you want me to flip my camera?
No, I'm just asking you, where do those notes come from?
They came from BSA and Northwest.
Okay. And did you provide those to the school and to the department?
Yes.
Okay. And did you change them in any way or alter them in any way?
No.
Your Honor, I'd ask for the court to admit Ms. Roberson's. There's 4 documents, Your Honor. We can just call them all Exhibit 1, and then there's 4 pages, or they can be Exhibit 1 through 4. I don't know how the court wants to do that.
However you want to offer them, it's fine with me.
Your Honor, I would just, I'll just go ahead and offer them all four documents together, if that's all right.
All right, any objections to Ms. Roberson's Exhibit 1?
No objection.
No objection.
Okay, then Ms. Mother's Exhibit 1 will be admitted.
Okay. Okay, Jessica, those exhibits, you have one from, there's different pages, there's 4 pages, but there's one there from BSA. I don't know if you have that in front of you. It's the one, date of visit, February the 19th of 2025. Do you see that one?
The 19th to the 24th, yes.
Okay, and what was going on with him that he missed school then?
He had caught COVID because I was with bronchitis.
Okay, all right. And then, and you provided those to the school and to the department?
Yes.
Okay, and then there's another page there, I believe it says, February the 27th of 2025. Do you see that one?
It's the 24th to the 27th.
Okay. Oh, that he can return to school on the 27th. Is that what that says?
Yes.
Okay. And then it says that, well, he can return when he's fever free. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so when you have from the 24th to the 27th, did he return to school, after the 27th or no?
No.
Okay. And why not?
Because he had COVID and the strep still and a fever.
Okay. Now, so when the dates that he missed school in February, did you provide notes to the school that he was a doctor's note?
Yes, ma'am.
And then there's another one, if you see it there, it's from Northwest Texas healthcare system. I believe it's, and I'm sorry, you sent these to me and I'm having a hard time seeing them. I believe it says March 2nd, 2025. Is that right?
Yes, he went back to the hospital on the 26th instead of the 27th. He went back on the 26th and then he wasn't supposed to return until the 2nd.
Okay. And why did he go back to the hospital or to the urgent care, wherever he was, on the 26th?
He still had fever, COVID, and then he got pink eye.
Okay. And did you provide that to the school?
Yes.
And then you provided another one to me. Is that correct? I don't think I have that pulled up. Let me look. Did you provide another note to the school?
Yes.
Okay. And what were those dates?
3 to the 10th. February 3rd to the 10th. That was for the ear problem.
Okay. And okay. And that was in February?
Yes.
Okay. And that was the ear what is that?
The
school? The injury?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell us just a little bit more about that injury? What happened as far as you know?
All I know is he came home. I picked him up like a normal day. He came home. He said, I went to go like rub his hair down. And he said, Mom, my ear hurts. I was thinking it was an infection, like an ear infection. I didn't see anything. Well, when he turned his head a couple hours later, that's when I seen the bruising. It was purple and black. And then it had like a slit cut in the inside. So I took him to the hospital to his doctor. And then I took him to the hospital later that night. And they said it was in between the skull and the ear. But he told me some kid, he was trying to hurry up and get up, and some kid pushed him. And he hit the table in between the table and squished it. When I called the school that morning to tell him he's not going to go to school because they didn't tell me about the injury, they fought with me on the phone talking about, well, he was fine yesterday.
Objection here, say, Your Honor.
Sustained.
All right. So, Jessica, so you took him to the doctor, and did you get a doctor's note for him to stay out of school for a certain period of time?
Yes.
Did he return to school when those days, when he was supposed to return to school?
Yes.
Okay. Now, were there any other dates that he missed that you have doctor's note that we have not provided as exhibits today?
Yeah, he also has one in January that I just rarely seen on my pictures.
Okay. And what dates was he out of school in January?
13th to the 15th.
Okay. All right. And the court, the exhibit from the department does show that the court, that those were excused absences per doctor's note. Now, on January the 7th, no, I'm sorry, on March the 7th, he missed school and it says left a voicemail. Why did he miss school that day?
The 7th, I don't remember. If the only times he would miss school is if he has fever and I don't take him.
Okay. Now, do you call the school whenever he has fever and let him know that he won't be in school?
Yes.
Okay. So if he missed school on March the 7th, 2025, March 21st, 2025, and just yesterday, did you call the school and let him know that he was going to be absent?
Yes, on the 21st. Yes.
How about yesterday?
Yes. He was running late.
I'm sorry?
He was supposed to be running late.
Did he go to school yesterday?
No.
Okay. Okay. Why did he not go to school yesterday?
We were on our way going to Canyon, and then I came back and I said I'm not going to take him to counseling, so I just said stay home, and that was it. That day, yes, I did keep him home.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm confused. I'm just talking about yesterday. Did he go to school? Did he go to school yesterday?
No.
And why not?
I just kept him home because he had counseling meeting, and I didn't want to take him after I got halfway down.
So did he go to counseling yesterday or no?
No.
Okay. So you didn't take him to counseling and then you didn't take him to school either?
No.
Okay. All right. And who set up that counseling session?
CPS wanted me to do it again.
Okay. Did you discuss with them that Judge Baker had ordered for him not to go to counseling if he's going to miss school?
Yes, I've explained that to Tessa, but the other lady that came over here was Mickey.
Okay. Why did you not take him to school since you didn't take him to counseling?
Because he was already running late by the time we would have went back.
Would it have been after 10 o'clock?
Yes.
Are there times that you ever keep him home from school because he's throwing a fit and doesn't want to walk into the school?
No. He has thrown a fit since before.
Now, have you had contact with Jose?
Every once in a while, yes.
Okay. And you've heard the testimony that the department's under the impression that you want to go back to Oklahoma so you and maybe Jose can work on y'all's relationship or get back together. Is that what your plan is?
I just want to go back to Oklahoma because that's where I want to be. I don't want to go just because of him.
Do you know what town he's in?
Somewhere towards Bethany. I don't know. It's in the city.
Okay. What do you mean the city, like Oklahoma City?
Yes.
Okay. And are you planning to go, if you go to Oklahoma, are you planning to go to the Oklahoma City area?
No, I want to go to Guyman, back to Guyman.
Is that where you used to live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if the court closes the case today, or if it extends it and eventually closes, are you going to be protective of your kids?
Yes, I'm always protected on them.
Okay. And are you here today just asking the court just to close out this case and just let you and your children move forward with their lives?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Okay, Mr. Trout?
Thank you, Honor. Ms. Robertson, you just stated that you're always protective of your kids, correct?
Yes.
Yet you've got criminal charges pending for fights with your kids, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You testified earlier that you heard in the last hearing that don't need to go to counseling if you miss school, so the kids can go to school, correct?
Correct.
And you just testified you didn't take the child to counseling or to school just because you didn't want to.
Correct.
Okay. You talked about a doctor's note from the injury in February. Was that doctor's note falsified?
No.
Did you actually take that child to see the doctor that day?
Yes.
Okay. You know, you're aware that those are unexcused because the school has different information, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is it your understanding that the doctor's office actually said they did not see him that day?
I didn't know they did. They gave me the note. I'm the one that gave it to them. All my doctor notes I give to the school.
Okay. Do you see that there is an issue with, since Angel has been back in your home, he has missed 5 times as much school as he did in the first 2 months of school?
I mean, the only thing is when we're sick. That's it. Just
except for when you don't feel like taking them.
That was yesterday.
Okay. What was the problem with the 7th? March 7th.
He had to have fever because that's the only time I don't take him to school.
Okay. He had to have, so you're not sure why he didn't go to school that day.
Correct.
Okay. And then what would you say that the situation was on March 21st?
The 24 hour His air was leaking, drainage.
Okay, was he running fever?
A little bit, but not too much, no.
But you don't have a doctor's note or an excuse for that.
No, because I didn't take him to the doctor. I thought I can do it myself, and I did.
Okay. But as up to yesterday, you just decided he didn't need to go to school yesterday.
It's because it's going to be too late, I thought.
Is it too late to spend time in school as much as he can?
No.
Okay, so you should have taken him to school.
Correct.
Earlier there was some testimony or statement made that you wanted to go back to Oklahoma because that's where you were more comfortable. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. If that's the case, why did you come to from Oklahoma to Amarillo?
Because I got sick at work with where it almost killed me. And I had no family out there, so I needed to come home, and Jose was going to prison.
Okay. But now that Jose's out, you want to go back to Oklahoma?
I've been wanting to go back.
Okay, because you knew he was getting out?
No, I didn't know when he was getting out.
Okay. Have you been in touch with him throughout this case?
Every once in a while he calls.
So you knew kind of when his release was going to be?
He got released and called me, yes.
Okay. Now, Ms. Lucero asked the question earlier about if you were planning on getting back with him. You just said you wanted to go back to Oklahoma and didn't actually answer the question. Are you going, if you go back to Oklahoma, are you going back to back to a relationship with Jose Ramos?
Not at the moment, no.
Is that your plan?
No, I'm planning to just go back to Diamond, not City.
Okay. But you're not saying one way or another whether you're going back for a relationship or not.
I don't want a relationship. He's got to show me he's got to change first.
So you're willing to see if he is?
If he changes, but that's later down the road. It's not anytime soon.
Why didn't you go through the truancy workshop?
I have to work.
Okay. You also understand that if your child misses too much school under your agreement you signed with the school, they can take you to court over truancy, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And part of your agreement was a truancy workshop if he misses more school.
Yes, she called me the day before it.
Okay. Did you let them know that you weren't coming to that workshop?
She told me at 10 and I didn't call them.
Okay. So that's another agreement with Angel School that you have not upheld.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes, I guess. I mean,
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Zavala, do you have any questions for her?
I think all of mine have been covered. No questions.
Okay. All right, Ms. Lucero, anything
Just
further
one
with
fol-
this witness?
Just one follow-up, Your Honor. Whenever you signed that agreement, for the truancy workshop, did they tell you when that they would give you advance notice, or how was that supposed to work?
she said they would call me on the appointment, and nobody's called me, but she called me the day before and told me to go at 10. And I told her if I'm not at work.
And due to your sickness, with prior testimony, had you missed work because you were sick?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when you miss work, does that keep you from making money so you can support your children?
Yes, ma'am.
And you currently work at Tyson?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Roshan, are you paid weekly at
Yes.
Tyson? You are?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you working full-time there?
They're only doing 32 hours.
32 hours a week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay, anybody else have any questions for Ms. Robertson?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Lucero, any other witnesses to call on this issue?
No other witnesses on this issue, Your Honor, no.
Okay, Ms. Zavala, anything to present?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, here's what I want to do with the remainder of our time today, which isn't a lot, but we're definitely going to proceed on Casey's case. All right, get that done. So, Ms. Robertson, here's what I want to do is I'm looking at resetting the final on this either May 29th or June 5th. All right, and I'm going to tell you exactly what my concerns are. The number of absences in school is a huge thing for me. Because it's really hard to get kids caught up from that. So I want to see how attendance is between now and the end of the school year. The other thing that jumps right off the page at me about all of this is, let's assume you get to court here at the beginning of April. You know, a couple things can happen. You might get passed again. You might not get your deal done. And then that's still just hanging, you know, and we don't know what's going to happen with that. If you take a plea deal and you're on probation, that's felony probation. And, you know, to go to Oklahoma, you got to get that transferred. They got to be willing to accept you as a probationer. And some states are a lot harder on that than others. You know, I haven't been in that game in a very long time, but they don't have to take you. You know, and often they may want to see if you've been on probation for a while and that you haven't been a problem and that you know, that's going to be you're going to be a pretty easy case for them. So, you know, you may newly be on probation. I mean, you're telling me that's what you're hoping for, is to cut a deal and get probation on this thing. So, you know, this whole concept about up and going to Oklahoma, if you weren't aware of that, you need to be aware of that. That's not just as easy as you just packing your bags and going once you're on felony probation. So I'd like to see how that pans out. Maybe that'll happen in early April, you know, and maybe it won't. And you might get passed to a May docket. Maybe it'll happen in May. But, you know, I understand why you want to be done with all this. I know you're tired of everybody in your business, but I'm still concerned we have some things going on that we need to be on top of it. So what I'm going to suggest to you, because everybody has times where they get sick, everybody has times where they can't go to work, you know, you need to start at a minimum. I want you to start putting away $5 a week. Save it somewhere safe in your home, a checking account, bank account, whatever you've got. $5 a week that you do not spend. And that gets saved for those emergency days or weeks where you're homesick and you're not getting a paycheck. Because, you know, if you aren't sick for a couple months, all of a sudden, you know, you got a nice little cushion there to go buy some groceries if you do get sick. So just $5 a week. Okay?
Okay.
I mean, the day may come that you'll thank me for that. You know, so I really want you to do that. I get it. Things happen. Kids get sick. They're, you know, school's like kids in school, I get it. I understand. But there's just too many that are unexcused. And you know, the decision you made yesterday, you know, the day before we're coming to court to talk about all this, it really kind of mystifies me why you would have made that decision, you know, at this point in time in this case. And that tells me that was just a lack of good judgment on your part. You know, AJ has missed so much school. He needs to have himself in that seat at school every possible moment, Monday through Friday. And, you know, and I know he's little, I know he's 6, and I know he's early on in school years, but I cannot stress to you, as if kids get behind in school, if they get held back, they get behind, every year that goes, I mean, the more and more unlikely it becomes that they will ever graduate. So the percentages on that are really concerning when you really track it, and kids held back. Maybe they're held back in 2nd grade, you know, and that doesn't seem like that big a deal. But by the time they're 18, they're not with their peer group anymore. You know, now they're back, they're a junior, and everybody they know and everybody their age group's graduating and is getting out of school. And you know, that's when kids just start throwing in the towel and they don't graduate. So the statistics are really overwhelming on that. So we want to keep him on track. I want to see him hopefully get his work caught up and pass through his grade level. And if he doesn't do it, then summer school, so that he will stay on his grade level track. It's just so important. So it may not seem like a big deal now, but it will be one day. All right, then Miss Katie has shot 2 dates at us, May 29th on a 9 o'clock docket or June 5th on a 9 o'clock docket. I'm good either way. So whatever y'all want to do, whatever we can get everybody here to do.
May 29th works for me, Your Honor.
I'm good with either.
Yeah.
I'm good with either, Your Honor.
Okay, well, let's just go for the May 29th. I think school will be out by then. I don't have those dates in front of me, but that's after Memorial Day weekend, so I'm assuming they'd be wrapped up. Probably one of you younger people on this screen that have school-age children might even know that date. I don't know. I don't keep as good a tabs on that as I probably should.
I should know that date, but
I should too, but I don't either.
Yeah. Miss Katie is always good about giving me a school schedule, and now I don't know what I've done with it. So,
The last day of school is May 23rd.
okay. I had a feeling it would be before the Memorial Day weekend. So we'll be able to know how the school year ended up, and is he on grade level? Is he gonna go, does he have to do summer school? All those kinds of things. So our dismissal date isn't until July 11th. I don't want to push it out any further, but we do at least have the benefit of that if we have to have it. So, all right. So let's say May 29th on a 9 o'clock docket for Naeli's case and AJ's case. All right, then, Mr. Trout, with respect to Casey's case, that's a lot in one sentence, Casey's case. If you want to go ahead and proceed with that, I'll be happy to take, if you want to offer him that way, judicial notice of those relinquishments.
Yes, ma'am. I have them either way. And I just, I had my investigator here in case we needed to prove up, but if on the adversarial part, but if Ms. Lucero and Ms. Zavala are okay stipulating and letting you take judicial notice to that affidavit that was filed with the court at removal, so we don't go through the full testimony with the investigator, Your Honor.
I'm good with that. Everybody else good with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And,
all right then.
And Judge, with that, if I can let Ms. Iniga go, she was here for that in case I needed to do the testimony on that side. So if we could release her, and I'll present the exhibits.
All right, Ms. Iniga, I think you're free to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa. And Your Honor, I call Tessa Weston.
All right, Ms. Weston, you're still under oath.
Hey.
Ms. Weston, in the case involving the child, Casey, did the mother, Jessica Robertson, execute an affidavit of voluntary relinquishment on the 6th day of January 2025?
Yes, sir.
Have you had the opportunity to review that relinquishment?
Yes, sir.
Were there 2 witnesses?
Yes.
Did the